Jack Black, Dana.
Mm-hmm.
Always funny, always upbeat, always in a good mood, and he lived up to all that today.
Yes, and we happened to, in this particular case, interview him on the Monday after he hosted this banging episode on SNL. And then his movie Minecraft also was
same weekend,
gigantic smash. So he was in a really good mood. He may be kind of in the legendary category because he's been around long enough, but couldn't be nicer, funny. It was just a easy conversation to have with the great Jack Black.
Yeah, fun comedian. I see him out and about sometimes. Always seems up for chatting and laughing and just cracking up. And he's just out there doing whatever it takes and just always goofy on these press things. And everyone likes to be around him all the way back from School of Rock. Just we went over a lot of his stuff and then just basically cracked up.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the one and only Jack Black. Do you know how difficult it is to get a jean jacket that really works?
In this day and age?
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Because it'll be too big, too small. So I was at Metaphorical Cigar, New York Magazine photo shoot. They go, here, try this jean jacket. So I said, well, this looks like a good jean. So I walked off with it, and then they found me. And I said, okay, I mean, is it okay if I'll pay you. But then they came back 20 minutes later and said, you can keep it, $95.
Wow. And how much for the glasses, the string that holds your glasses on your head?
These
gotta get me one of those.
These are 175s. I'm supposed to go to 2s.
Oh, yeah.
What are you at for up close vision?
I am prescription, so I don't even know what they're doing. It's like one eye is probably different than the other. Up top is just like normal. Down here's for reading. In the sunlight, it turns into sunglasses. These things are like supercharged.
Where do you go? I need all that. I'm just too lazy.
I go.
That's where the money's going.
I go. Yep. All of my money goes to my optometrist. I go on Larchmont Optometrics.
Nice. I used to live near Larchmont.
Great group of ladies over there. Nice. It's all ladies at my
I don't know what
Jack
happened
know
this last
started.
Weekend. I was kind of out of town. I'm not good at research, but I heard there's something. A couple things happen.
I did a little indie film called Minecraft.
How did that do?
According to reports, it's gone bonkers. And the kids are going in there and just like throwing popcorn and just losing their minds.
I know.
It's like
I've heard about this chaos.
It looks kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like there's a lot of participation. Mm-hmm. These kids they come in already knowing the dialogue because of the memes.
Mm. Oh, you have to say it that way.
Is that why?
It's the memes.
Why? I was thinking, did you see this coming, or?
I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little surprised. I mean, I loved it. I saw it a couple weeks before it came out, and I was like, "Look, I like it, but what the hell do I know? I don't know. Hopefully, people will like it. I like stuff, and then it comes out, and the reviews are just garbage, and I'm like, what? And actually, the reviews were kind of mixed on this one, but it didn't seem to matter because the kids have spoken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They come to party.
Get them hooked in, and now there's a trick and a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
that's the best.
But then there's also a weird backlash where some of the theaters. This is just news I'm getting from TikTok, so I don't know if this is true either.
I'm just getting bits and pieces.
TikTok, it is true. Come on.
It's gonna be where there's talk of illegalizing the movie because kids are going too bananas throwing popcorn, and if they don't stop throwing popcorn, the movie will be illegal.
Popcorn. There's an S in there, isn't it? Popcorn. Popcorn.
That's what the theater owner said. So
listen,
I think it's good though.
Should it be illegal? This is a question everyone's been asking lately about this movie.
It's controversial.
Is it because the chicken comes in?
The chicken comes in. I don't think that's controversial. Nothing we do in the movie is controversial, but the effect it's having on the youth of the nation is, it's creating concern. It's like we don't want that kind of rowdy behavior. We can't condone that kind of bedlam.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's so hard to get butts in seats nowadays.
Yeah.
Just
give any
hire
reason.
someone else, another popcorn scooper.
I'm going to do a prediction that this thing's going to have a lot of multiple viewings. It's not going to be seen anytime soon on, Amazon.
Right.
You can rent it for $4.95 or buy it for $300.
Oh, wait. Does it go somewhere after this? Because a lot of movies sometimes go
keep
to
it in the theaters, man. That's my.
Is it theaters?
It's theaters only right now. I actually don't know what the plan is. Where it goes after that for the secondary, and it's kind of cool that there's no plan in place. Whatever you call
secondary
it.
lingo.
168 million. I'm just curious about this, like Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Jared here.
Yeah.
So what went right, and how could this movie have gone wrong? And what were the choices it made besides casting you as the lead? That was good, from what I understand. I'm going to see it tomorrow. There's people who really want to see it. They don't even know I'm talking to you right now.
I would say it's more like co-leads. It's me and Jason Momoa. It's a 1-2 punch.
Okay.
We spend the first half of the movie being rivals, and it's a little bit of a competition for alpha dominance, and then over the course
and you are competing with him.
That's where we flip the script, because this time I'm the one who's
that dude,
the badass. I'm the one with all the fighting skills, and he's the pretty face who's really actually terrified of this world. But
he looks funny in that.
Did you guys have an enthusiasm off or any during lunch and stuff? Because
enthusiasm off.
I mean,
I like
he
him
is
I saw him at the 50th.
The time I met him,
he's a fun dude.
Yeah,
there was a little bit of a competition for who brought the most enthusiasm energy. We did. It was never spoken. We never said, "Hey, may the best enthusiasm win." But he would come in with a lot of noise and energy. With his motorcycle
noise. Oh, he brings a motorcycle. That's like cheating.
Yes, and you would hear like he has a band and they would be jamming in his trailer, very loud, right out of the gate. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I got my little boombox Bluetooth speaker, and I'd come in blazing whatever jam I thought was the right one for the day. So we were, we were battling for the hearts and minds of that crew.
Yeah, music too. He shouldn't mess with that. You know what you're doing.
Well, we joined forces. We did a little jamming together. We're kind of simpatico. That's why I wanted to work with him, because I felt like we're gonna be two peas in a pod. He likes the same kind of music I like, and he's got a similar energy, even though he's a foot taller and all muscle and. Mm-hmm. Women come running from the four corners of the earth to
falling from the sky
just to get a whiff of this guy. That's a little different than my clientele, but we still
know.
You do fine.
There was some sexual energy. I mean, we can bounce around between the two,
between you and the chicken jockey.
10 poles of the. I'm going to call it Jack Black April, or maybe contact my congressman or something. There should be some national creed, because first of all, I have two questions. One is, what happened 20 years ago? Because you came out and it exploded, and I want to go over the show and what it was. It was exceptional. So first of all, what happened 20 years ago? Because I did one that kind of sucked, and I could just say it. In 2010, it just tilted wrong, and it was, I was pushing and it just wasn't good. So I haven't been asked back. But what happened to you? How is Jack Black not? How do they go 2 decades without you on that show?
Oh, you're saying on SNL?
Yeah, 20 years ago he hosted, and then so.
I don't remember you having a bad day on SNL.
Exactly.
But I do remember seeing lots of great performers have a bad night on SNL, because it's just part of it's the nature of the beast, right? It's a high wire act. It shouldn't work. It's like they put it, and it's terrifying, because it's like, wait, we're held together with Scotch tape, and that's kind of the fun, is you get to see a potential belly flop because
Yeah.
it's live. There's no second takes, and you almost watching it. You kind of want to see some mistakes because there's nothing else like
the
it.
funnest part. Oh,
What
you
else
had
you-
mistakes.
I had mistakes, and
You had there's someone yelled from the crowd. That's not a mistake, but that's
not a
fun. That's
mistake.
definitely
I liked
fun
your
for
leap
the
off
audience.
the stage in the monologue because I said that guy got vertical, and I was never afraid for you physically. Because I almost killed myself many times in that place.
I have some training. A lot of people don't know this, but I trained judo for a few years in my teens. So the first thing they teach you in judo is how to dive roll. It's like a little mini tiger roll, and it's been part of my on stage, bag of tricks for
and Kung Fu
ever
Panda
since.
too.
Well, the little animated. People don't know I was doing the tiger roll in the recording booth. No.
Mhm.
But
I thought you had the little green dots on you, and that was really you, like you're running around.
I had fun with that opening monologue. I did a little rocking, a little diving and rolling. But if I'm honest with you, I was struggling with the cardio because I made the choice to run up those stairs.
Yeah,
That wasn't actually my idea. That was more of a John Higgins idea. You know, Steve Higgins' son works on the show now.
Yeah.
And he's great. He's hilarious.
Mm.
And he and his partners in Please Don't Destroy, they're like the new guys that make the hilarious music videos and videos every week. They were like shepherding me with my monologue section, and they thought it would be a great idea to run up into the audience and like have a marching band up there and then run down the other side of the stairs. And I got a little winded. So the main thing was just hold my wind
because you had a
together.
whole show after that.
Did you have any rest in that? Because did you when you knew you were going back down the stage, you get a little bit of a rest? Because I was thinking about that, and it can happen. But when you said we got a great show, the flag never touched the ground. You weren't like we got a great show. So I was impressed, and I wanted to ask you about that fitness and some of the leg kicks and the little dancing. I mean, it was wild.
Yeah, I didn't. I could have used a little more training leading up to it. Maybe I should have done the Ozempic or something to drop a few lbs. That would have helped. But I just remember when Chris Farley would do his physical shit, he did stuff way more extreme. He'd be running like a wind sprint down the Letterman thing and lifting up people and throwing people. And he got winded and sweaty. But he never broke a stride. You know what I mean? And I wish I had that kind. I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it's a home run. I mean, by the way, the monologue was like perfection for me.
Okay. Oh, monologue was exactly
I love the intro. Who thought of that? Where you're going, I can't do it. I don't feel it. That just gave me goosebumps when you went around. They do, don't do that to me. And then you did that rhythm that you do because I can't whatever that little thing
and a
you
good
do.
song.
And everyone knew it was on when you turned.
That was my turn. That was mine. I wanted to do that turn and the reason I wanted to do it is because that was actually true. I do have a lot of fear, and leading up to it, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. And part of me was wishing, wouldn't it be nice if I could just quit? I'd like to quit and not do it. And then I was like, I'm going to make that part of the monologue. I'm going to make that insecurity part of it. And then the turn, like, no, I will host again.
Because you see some hosts go in there with some wispy monologues. I mean, there's like some minute 30 monologues where they're like, hey, here's a clip from my movie and here's our musical guest. I'm like, that's it?
And then conversely, it was not that long ago that I think Dave Chappelle broke the record for the longest monologue, right?
I think so. Sure. I think it was 19 minutes or something.
Yeah, 19 minutes.
Cigarettes.
That's like a quarter of the show.
But, when he's hosting, you're like, oh no, my sketch.
Did Lauren give you a thumbs up during the show or anything? Like during the show in between sketches, or
a little bit. I mean, I was pretty.
Pace yourself, Jack.
Yeah, dude. Lauren said the funniest thing. I don't think he was trying to be funny, but after the rehearsal, when he saw me do the tiger roll and he saw me doing that rockin' number and he saw me sweating and wheezing and he said, I just want to tell you a story. This is not a good.
No, that actually is good.
I like it already. Yeah.
In the 70s, this is the beginning. We had Desi Arnaz on the show.
That's all right.
And he was he was getting up there. He was in his 70s, and I wanted him on because I just thought, yes, he's older, but he's an icon. And he had been on, Lucille Ball. And I was like, yeah, oh my God, that must have been a trip. I'd love to see that. And he said that Desi was kind of struggling. He wanted to do his Babalu number. That was like his trademark that he'd been doing, live for decades. And Lauren was a little worried about it. Can he still pull it off? And he was doing it, but he could see that he was starting to sweat and really struggle physically while he was Babalooing, and he wouldn't stop. And then he looked closer on the screen, and he's like, Desi's lips started to turn blue, and he started to worry, like, oh, he's about to die. And he just pulled the plug on it and said, just go to commercial, whatever. And when I was like, wait a second, are you telling me this story because you're worried I'm going to die?
When did he tell you the story?
Lauren was a little worried. He was just warning me not to go too hard, because if I went full hard as a motherfucker, that I could.
But you're a kid. You're 55, right? Is that
exactly. It's like it's apples and oranges.
Don't you love the matching numbers? 33, 44, 55, still alive. 56, I'm going to fix. 57, I'm in heaven. 58, don't be late. 59, won't you be mine? 60, oh, 60. I had no rhyme for that one. But 55 is a cool age. I could, yeah. So I like that.
I mean, doing Minecraft, doing that is doing a movie grind every day. No one even thinks about it, but I don't know where you're on location or what you're doing, but just to get up every day, memorize your lines, be on the set, take after take, heat, cold, changing.
Working with CGI.
It's a beating, lights. Working with CGI. Where'd you do it?
We did it all in New Zealand, in Auckland. Oh. And that was a great kind of reunion for me with some of those crew members, because I had worked in New Zealand on King Kong 20 years earlier. Yeah, that was the last time I hosted SNL, as a matter of fact.
For King Kong?
Right. And I did a King Kong song in my monologue that time 20 years ago.
King Kong song.
Oi. Steve Higgins really helped out with that one.
King of Kong.
Was that Naomi Watts?
Yep.
Oh.
That was Naomi Watts.
Oh, yeah.
And
I saw it, of
Adrian
course.
Brody.
Didn't you have to carry
two-time
a film
Oscar
thing around?
Two-time Oscar. That guy, you don't see him for a while, and then it's an Oscar.
Yes. And he's great in that era. Apparently, you put him in World War II era, he wins Oscars every time. But I carried around one of those old-timey cameras, and I was the film director. It was really, it was heavy. And Peter Jackson, he's a real stickler for authenticity.
No, I thought you were going to say that. I'm like, no. Give me a cardboard. One time on Tommy Boy, I had a briefcase and everything was too heavy for me. I'm like, guys, I'm just trying to float through this scene. I got a bad neck. And they're like, all right. And then I go, fuck, what do you got in this briefcase? Baby's first bricks. And then I open it up and it's stuffed with files to make it real. I go, listen, no one's looking inside the brief. I'm just carrying it. And they go, okay. So the prop guy brings it back. I go, ooh, it's light. And he goes, yeah, we took the pulp out of the paper. I go, thank you. They were being an asshole to me. I didn't even catch it. I'm like, oh, good job.
Yeah.
But it matters, lugging that every take, and you're on a mountainside or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But I had a ball. I had a ball on that one.
What's King Kong been up to? You still talk to him?
Yeah, man. He's directing now.
After the shoot, everyone kind of goes their own way.
So did you go to the party? I mean, you seem pretty well put together. When did you crash?
The after party?
Did you go all night after all? I mean,
no, I did go to the party. You have to go to the party. But you're the host. You're kind of the host of the party.
I know.
Went there and gave hugs to all my peeps and said hi to Lauren. Thanked him for the fun opportunity.
Did you know Minecraft was killing it at that point? Gave you extra juice?
Yes, it was kind of a great thing about being on SNL is that we had the movie was already doing gangbusters, so it was kind of like
Yeah.
That will relax
fun
a
time to be
host
on there.
that they have this behemoth as they come in their back pocket. Like, I
Yeah.
sure hope
like,
this
I don't even need this
hosting
show.
goes good, but we're probably going to be we're over 300 million right now. Sorry, but I guess
it's a wind. The wind beneath your wings carried me through. But it doesn't really matter. Look, it doesn't really matter because when you're on SNL, it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as like a victory lap. You're still terrified of shit in the bed. So I was like, I was pretty amped and ready to go. But yeah, there's a fear factor as well. No question about it. When you're standing back there at that back door, when they're counting down the 10 seconds, when Jeannie,
I just did it. It's just terrifying.
Jenna.
It's like,
Jenna,
this is so weird. And one line goes off, or Liz, the director, if there's cuts between dress and air, and I told this, it's just like, really hit me how hard it is to know when to go where. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
When do you
And
come
not have
off,
one
Jack,
fuck
and then
up.
go there? I was just curious which ones blew up for you in your mind, like, fuck, we hit it. Because you want the air show to be, we really hit it. So Love Match is going viral.
Oh,
and
good.
I thought it was inspired writing as well.
Yeah. And Diz Mukes was really funny. He really was mad at me. It felt like I felt like he's really mad at me.
He's great.
He's great. And that one felt great. I gotta say, I was impressed with all the writing. I liked all of them. And even a couple of the ones that got cut, I wished they had made it. There was one that got cut where I was a father who wanted to come visit his sons, the divorced couple, and wanted to come visit his kids. And I had to confess, hey, I've been coming here every day pretending to be the maid, kind of like Mrs. Doubtfire style. It was a really funny idea. And the confession that I was the Doubtfire maid, but I was also from Trinidad. So it was really, oh shit, wait, my sports television just came on. I gotta turn that off. You ever do that where you're
Warriors? Okay.
No, you hold it for an hour and then it kicks back on.
It was First Take. I like to hear the talking heads talk about the sports.
The Lakers.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you.
Luka.
He's good.
Yeah. Hey, while I got you, I'm going to turn the tables. I'm going to ask a couple questions.
Please do.
Spade, first of all, I've read all your books, Spade. And when I say I read them, I mean I listened to them.
Yeah.
And which is actually the way you're supposed to take in your books, in my opinion, because your delivery is kind of like half of the magic. And I noticed that because if you want to buy your book, it costs $5. But if you want to listen to your book, it costs $20. I was like, oh, he knows. He knows.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
No, it's not that.
Great.
That's not the cost spread. I just noticed it costs a little bit more if you want to hear the delivery.
Sure.
And make
Gotta
me
wet
laugh.
the beak.
Making me laugh very hard.
No, I see Jack Black over the years, and he is as advertised. He's fun. He's in a good mood. He's nice, and
the true stories,
always a couple laughs for sure.
The true stories.
I don't see him enough.
So that's not really a question. I just wanted to tell you I'm a fan of your readings, and I look forward to the next. Are you working on another one?
No,
you're done. You're like.
No, I just did a special because the stand-up. It really is kind of podcasting. Sort of jumped instead of audiobooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I sort of told my life story, and then now when we do this, we just tell our same stories every week. And then to do a stand-up special, same thing. It's like it's all blurring into the same thing. People sometimes, I told Dana I do stand-up, and then these nitpickers are like in my Instagram on Monday going, actually, I saw a part of one of those stories on Ellen a few years ago. I go, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. What do you? I got to scrape together a goddamn hour, and of course, I'm going to dig in anywhere I can. I don't know. I don't have any adventures anymore.
No, I've made peace with the fact that I'm going to be repeating my same life stories over and over again in every interview for the rest of my life. It is what it is. And
I've made peace with it. I know. I don't have my teens anymore.
I used to think, I can't tell the same story because then people will go, oh, I've already heard it, and turn on. 9 times out of 10, they've never heard the story or don't remember the
Thank you.
story. Who the fuck cares? You just tell your
Or
stories.
they like to hear it again, and
That's
you never
the thing.
tell it the same way.
Nobody
I do my
hears.
act. I was doing stand up this weekend. Oh, sorry, Jack. Just give me 20 minutes here. I was doing stand up, and and I tell us, and I go, I'm doing all this new stuff because I have to put together more material. And I'm like, give me my old juicy closer that fucking works. Where you know what I mean? You go, why do I have to throw this in the garbage? And then you never get complaints if you do a bit that kills. No one's ever like,
change it.
I loved it, but I think I've heard it. It's like good. When I see comics do, this
with a
is
bit
my
from
favorite show.
1983.
Dana, I have a question for you. Dana. Now I'm going to turn the tables again.
Yeah.
It's your turn to be in the hot seat.
It's like Coney and Moreau on Broadway.
You know how like when you host SNL, you get a little dinner early in the week, like a Tuesday dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
That Lauren hosts, but really you're hosting because you're the host. You're also the kind of the host.
Gotta be there.
You sit next to Lauren and you feel a little pressure to like entertain the table because it's like you're the host. So I don't know, zingy, zingy, boom, boom. And somehow we got on the topic of your appearance on Bill Maher's Real Time with Bill Maher.
Oh,
and how you just didn't let him get a word in edgewise. And it was the funniest on... I like that show. I watched that show. And I'd never seen anyone just take full command like you did. And I was, we were all singing your praises. Did you go on to Bill Maher Real Time with that plan?
No.
Or did that you just showed up and then you just...
if you're on a roll, it's better to not have any questions.
I'm doing this stuff without an audience. And then SNL doing Biden, it was a little, I was part of a team, and it's sort of like I came out and there are 80 people standing up with a lot of noise. Yeah. And so that just triggered me. Like, okay, I'm just going to ride this wave. And then I realized that, Bill, we kind of got to know him. He's a bit of a curmudgeon. So you kind of want to fluff up his hair and give him a hug, kind of like, Bill, because underneath there's a marshmallow there somewhere. Yeah. But just rode the wave, had a lot to get out of my brain, I guess. It's fun when you just let go. You're not really thinking. I was doing a truncated version of what I do on stage right now. But anyway, that makes me happy. Thank you.
Well, do you do any music on your on-stage act now?
Oh, yeah. I've never stopped because in the honky-tonk bars, clubs I used to play, the audience would start to fade and talk, and they were drunk. Show us your dick. And then there'd be the blender.
Yeah.
So I started bringing an acoustic guitar up and fiddling around with it and playing chords and doing Neil Young and things like that, just because of the noise would get the audience like stop talking. So yeah, I do like to play guitar at the end, and I do different things, like something you would do. I do a thing about a heavy metal guy who's angry at the microphone, so he's walking away from it and really hitting these power chords, and he goes toward it, and then he walks back. So I do stuff like that. I love playing the guitar on stage, but I do it
just so your audience knows.
I don't,
Dana. I've told you, Dana, but you were such a big influence on me early on when I was watching SNL, and I saw you play that song, the broccoli song.
Chopping broccoli, yeah.
Where clearly you were making it, the gag was that you were making it up as you went along.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'd ever laughed that hard, and just seeing like a song kill like that and be so fucking funny. And also the reactions to your song of them just like drinking up every
Sigourney Weaver,
Phil Hartman, Sigourney, yeah.
But it was a big inspiration and a big reason why I started doing comedy music combos. So
I don't know if you get that in people coming up to you now and saying, I saw you do this and I'm doing this, but that always shocked me. I had not watched that sketch until maybe 2 months ago. I never watched anything. And I thought, that was pretty good, because I'm too self-critical.
Me too.
It's
You're like, what about it do people like? It's
so
fun
many
to
people
watch.
Yell it out because I guess there's no joke. And your style is kind of rhythmic, and I don't know what you call it too, but abstract and musical, really. I was going to ask you, what do you listen to? What do you...
It's funny. I'm glad you asked that because it's kind of my main thing that I do with my time. The content I like to put into my headphones when I go on my walks to get my steps so I can live longer. I like to listen because I realize I'm not listening to music at all. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to books. I want to listen to music again. So I came up with this plan, chrono marathons. So you take bands that you already love, that you've loved all your life, but you haven't really listened to in a long time. And you go from the very beginning, their first album, chronologically over the course of their whole catalog. And it's a great way to just plug back into music. And it's the like quick one song at a time Spotify or whatever, that Pandora's where it AI picks shit for you. It's like, oh yeah, it's reading my mind. Nah, you take command and you listen.
Fuck you, AI. Take this.
It's going to sound really dumb, but I did the classics. Okay. I did the boring ones. It's like, I started with, did I start with Pink Floyd? I think it was Pink Floyd out of the
Animals. Me.
Has there ever been a better album than Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah, weirdly. The very next one they did right after that, but because "Wish You Were Here," I think it's a better record. It's a fucking great record. But that's their window because before Dark Side of the Moon, there's great moments and like interesting and like you can see. Oh, I can see they're starting to get there. They're starting to figure it out. But Dark Side of the Moon, it's just a bomb that goes off where it's like this is the beginning of their real. Incredible window, because then the next album, Wish You Were Here, and then The Wall, to me is their window. The ones after that, people say, no, you got to put Animals in there. I say, nah, I think the window's closing.
That's what I said.
It's good. No, there's good stuff. But that way, and it's cool to see all the bands you pick, all of them. They have a window where it's like, yeah, they're great. And then the ending stuff, there's some good stuff later. But that, and it's fascinating to find that juice, because you go, oh yeah, I love Billy Joel. When do you love Billy Joel? Because there's a window. You don't love all of it. There's some hot
Let me
cheese.
ask you a Pink Floyd. I want to ask you a Pink Floyd question just for a second. Are you part of the cadre of people who, if they have to nominate the best solo in rock history, they often, there's a lot of great guitar players, Beck and everybody, but David Gilmour and Comfortably Numb, that guitar solo, tone, choice of note, whatever you want to call it. Every time I hear it, I go, really? That's not human. It's so fun.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, he is definitely in my top 3. I love David Gilmour.
Oh, good call. What Comfortably Numb is on which album?
Comfortably Numb is on the Wall, of course.
Okay, don't act like I'm some dumb shit. Hey,
I felt like it was a test. If I failed it, all of a sudden
it was a test. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't want to trip him up. But what about Animals, Jack?
I almost said the White Album.
It has a soft spot.
White Album. Oh, don't get me going on the White Album. I love it.
Dana, hold on with your Beatles. I know.
I was going to say, no surprise. The best chrono marathon you can do is the Beatles. But don't do that first, because then you don't really want to do any more chrono marathons after the Beatles, because everything sounds like garbage.
Jeez, you're like my new best friend.
It's too good.
I know, and too varied. I mean, I was talking to the guy who just produced, Jimmy Fallon, and the gentleman who just produced Elton John's album. I'm so sorry for
that. No. His name is Watt.
Yes,
Andrew Watt. Yes.
Super nice guy. Watt. Hung out with him at the parties. Brilliant, really smart. And him and Jimmy Fallon. Oh yeah, we love the Beatles. We love them a lot, And I said to both of them, I just said, what do you think of that? They go, Abbey Road. Have you listened to Revolver? And neither of them really were familiar with Revolver.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, Eleanor Rigby. She's Leaving Home. And Your Bird Can Sing.
Yeah.
Lennon's first song was it Girl or no? One of those Lennon-y songs, Anyway, so I feel the same way. I also Zeppelin will come on sometimes on Sirius XM, and I go, that shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't happen.
Zeppelin is a weird one where their window actually was almost the whole thing. They didn't have any.
That's true. That's true.
The last album, Coda, it was hit or miss. There's still some crushing jams on that one, but for the most part, it's an insane. Like you do wonder, wait, did they worship Satan? Because how did they get so many great records and so many great riffs?
How long was that run, Jack, of Zeppelin? It was like
it's a 9-album run. It's a 9-album run.
Jeez.
And right out of the gate, you got Good Times, Bad Times. One of my favorite songs of all time. And
is that Purple Operator?
Just John Bonham and whoever mic'd his drums, or how they got the value and the connection between the snare and the kick drum. We talked with Bill Burr about this because he's a drummer and a drummer fanatic, but that tone.
Bill Burr, also great on Bill Maher. Bill Burr came out and really went straight at him. That wasn't on his show. That was on
Club
his
Random.
podcast.
Club
Random.
Yeah, you're coming in with your smart ideas. You think you know all this fucking stuff.
I love it.
You're just an armchair athlete. You don't know fucking dick. All right, Bill? I mean, Bill just.
I love to watch him get roasted. It's great.
Yeah.
But I really want to go see him on Broadway. He's on Broadway right now with Bob Odenkirk, who we all know and have in common as a friend.
Definitely.
Was Bill Burr at the show?
To see Bob Odenkirk.
Bill Burr was at this show. I think they just did their Broadway show, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah.
And just walked over to 30 Rock because they were all, three of them were there because Kieran was there, Bill and Bob.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to go see that.
Bob.
I'm gonna find an excuse to fly out there.
Jack, you killed it.
That's Bob Odenkirk. Oh my God, it's so good. It was so funny.
Bob gave me my big break because he put Tenacious D on HBO,
Mr. Show,
with little short films that would play before Mr. Show, and that put us on the map. And so I always thank my lucky stars that
Bob has an eye for talent.
Paths.
What was your movie that kind of boosted you up? Was it High Fidelity?
It was High Fidelity that got me really going. Yeah, that was the one.
In the Game,
and that was because John Cusack liked Tenacious D. I always think it was him that pushed it through because he was, he's the star producer and writer of that jam. And
that was a big hit.
I didn't know he wrote it.
Yeah, big. Yeah. Well, he co-wrote it
before School of Rock
with Steve Pink and D.V. DiVincentes. But so that was before School of Rock, and that was a big one because at the premiere for High Fidelity, at the after party, George Clooney came up, and I was with my mom, and he said, "That was fucking incredible." Something like that. I can't remember what he said.
Wow.
And my mom just about shat her pants. It was like, I knew it was like, oh, this is different. This is a different
Dude, he was at a premiere of mine and he talked to my mom too, I swear to God. And my mom was fucking flipping out.
He knows what
my
to
mom
say.
almost pushed me into a wood chipper. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, he's got the power.
Oh, yeah. It was nailing it. He was right in the pocket too. Trop Thunder, of course. The Holiday is one that a lot of people love. The Holiday.
The Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
How did you weasel into that one?
Well, it was really out of my comfort zone. It was really
Isn't it like Jude Law and
one of my wife's favorite movies? It's in her rotation every year. That loves romantic comedy. Yeah.
Kate Winslet. Dude, I fucked up and said Kate Blanchett when I meant Winslet. That's their fault, though. Their names are too similar.
Yeah, that's not playing fair.
But that was really the best part. Is like, how am I in a scene with Kate Winslet and we're like semi-romantic? How did I get this part? But I was like, I'm gonna roll with it.
She seems cool. She's
cool as hell.
Snooty.
She's
like
not snooty, but she's definitely there's something in my mind that looks wrong with that picture. It's like, no, all these scenes should be how she's out of my league. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to pretend like this is normal. And that was the acting, was just acting like this isn't ridiculous.
And Cameron Diaz, who's a blast.
I was never in that situation in a movie. Like,
you haven't felt
they always put like a goofy comedian like us with some hottie and everyone's supposed to buy it. It's the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so great. They go, wait, what part am I? And I'm like, the part that the girl that falls in love with me. And they're like, oh, I got to reread it then. I didn't think that would be me. And you got your old Tropic Thunder, hilarious. Just running. I'm just running through these, Jack. You've heard of these.
Tropic Thunder. All
Tropic
I really
Thunder
think
is
about.
infamous at this point. I mean,
Yeah, infamous.
There's never been a movie made like it before.
It's up there with these best comedies, you know.
It's
Yeah.
danced outside the lines. That's how we say it.
Oh, you were blonde hair in that? That's
I had
right.
some blonde, but
Crazy
Robert Downey
person.
Jr. got an Oscar nomination. You don't hear about that very often in the comedies.
Was it for that?
For supporting role in in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ben Stiller, he really wanted to shoot that like a beautiful, not like a comedy. He wanted it to look like a gorgeous Oscar nomination, and he got like the best outdoor cinematographer in the world, whose name escapes me now, but he's a genius.
Of course it does.
Sorry about that. I can't remember any names. Just
what about Casualties of War? It's probably that guy.
Yeah,
they have those old movies like that.
Yeah,
Casualties of War. I'm not going to make you do it.
No, I just think that's not a setup. I was just saying
Casualties of War impression.
Do you do Sean Penn or Michael J. Fox?
Sean Penn, she's a VC Gukor.
Yeah.
Clarky. Do you remember that movie?
Of course. I saw in the
Riley. John Riley was Clark.
John C. Riley.
That was a weird pick for Michael J. Fox to be in that movie.
Yeah. Well, he was going for that switcheroo. Well, because he'd been known for comedies, and he wanted to say, "Hey, wait a second, let's just test the waters. Let me dip my toe in these other water." You can't blame him. Sometimes it works. Look at Steve Carell. Look at Steve Carell. If you want to talk about going from comedy to drama, that blows my mind and you don't know until you try. So why the hell not?
It's fun to try.
The worst that can happen is that you can be horrible and never work again.
Do you get wounded easily? Do you read comments or reviews that you don't? And do you read them at all? And do you get wounded, or you have a good attitude like that's just that guy's opinion, fuck him, or whatever?
Yeah, I read the negative ones. I skip over the good ones. I'll get the gist of it and like, yeah. Okay, good. And I look for those bad ones. I'll read every word. And I will mutter to myself, "Fuck you, you fucking asshole." Who is that?
Yeah, I do too.
Owen Gleiberman or whoever it is. Now, I'm not going to.
Guys from Entertainment Weekly. He hated me too.
Owen Gleiberman, that guy's famous troll.
I'm gonna commit this name to memory. And if I ever see this reviewer on the street, I'll have some choice words. I've never followed up on any of them, but sure.
Owen Gleiberman is like, his review was a little harsh. He said, "Tommy boy, this worthless piece of shit." I'm like, hey, come on, this is a magazine.
He didn't say that.
No, he hated everything I did. He would be
pretty
like,
hard. Here's your review for Saturday Night Live. I have it right here. Jack Black is nothing short of a miracle. He just saved season 50 of SNL. Much. Over here, I have Minecraft. Jack Black is exceptional. It's a performance that shouldn't be this good, but it is. He owns every second of the movie. This is a Jack Black summer.
Oh man. Thank you for cherry picking the good ones, because I know it's a splat on Rotten Tomatoes. You had to go find those fresh ones. You found some fresh ones for me. Thank you.
Well, on YouTube,
dude, I
there's a
haven't combined
YouTube
to get 100 yet.
Here's a 10 times Jack Black wasn't funny. It's got 48 million views.
Is that really on YouTube?
I'm sure that's real.
I'll see it in the corner of my eye. Was Dana Carvey ever funny? And I click off as fast as I can. Is there any evidence ever? No!
10 movies David Spade ruined with his presence.
That was made up. It sounded a little too real, though, because they do that. That's a genre. Was this guy?
48 million was a little high.
48 million was stout. But are you writing? How are you emotional? I don't know if you have a therapist or anything, but like this big whoosh, and I know you've got this big light. You're a mature adult person, and you see where there's highs and lows of a career and this and that. But where are you able to kind of like sit for a moment? I've done good. Do you have a moment of that with yourself, or are you a little numb right now? Actually,
I try to look for the one bad thing that's happening and focus on that. That keeps me grounded.
That you had to do this today.
And why would you book this so soon? Couldn't you get a week off? I'll tell you why.
I was looking forward to this. I love you guys, and I've been hoping that we could get it together. I feel good. Feels good. Yeah, it hit.
Yeah.
I'm always skeptical though. I'm like, can we just wait for a second before we go calling it a hit? What if it tanks next weekend? Let's see if this baby's got legs. Talk to me in a couple weeks, okay, guys? I'm always.
What if they stop throwing popcorn?
What's the number where you will just go, it's a hit? Like $1 billion or 500 million global box office? What's the number where you would go, okay? Because it's probably 350 by the end of this weekend. I predict it'll be.
Here's the thing. I do have a little thing about numbers and math. I do like to think about that. So I go, okay, if it cost 150 to make, and then you figure they probably spent almost that much on promoting it. So there's 300 right there. And then you go, okay, so if you go to a theater and it makes the monies, if it makes 300 million, then is it broken even? No, because you only get half of that. The theaters keep half the money. So then you got to make double that. You got to make 600 million really to break even. And then you go, okay, so 600, so that's break even. So it's not really a hit until it's made more than 600. So you got to make like 700.
Such a gamble.
To think that it's really a hit. 700. And that's a big monster number.
Do you have gross points on the film?
No, I don't. This might not be true, but my manager said, no, they don't do that anymore. Maybe that's not true. Maybe she's just telling me that so that I don't feel jealous of Jason Momoa. I don't know what Jason Momoa's deal is. Maybe he got the gross points.
Okay, this is on entertainmentweekly.com. Jack Black forgoes salary for gross points on what's it called? A Minecraft movie.
Oh man, I wish. Good Lord, could you imagine if I had pulled that gamble? I never bet on myself like that. I'm always like, no, just make sure we get the money up front.
Yeah.
And it's always like, the taxes and the commissions and then the box office. It's like you're just running in water. So you can't ever, can a brother get it done? I mean, it's a first world complaint.
It's hard to get rich.
But everyone hears, it made $1 billion. Can I get a nickel, brother? No, we're not even profit yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
it's a risky game. All right, we'll let Jack go, but let me ask a couple wrap-up questions. Just 30 quick questions.
Great. I'll try to rapid fire. I'm not good at these. I'm a slow guy.
No, these aren't rapid fire.
I've got this one or this one series of questions. It'll be quick.
All right.
No, this is just want to say good job in Jumanji. I thought that was good.
Oh, thank you.
I like Jumanji. Yeah. Jumanji was great. And I watched that and I get why this is a hit.
Yeah.
It wasn't even exactly for me. It's kind of for slightly younger, but I'm like, I get it. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's cool, weird. I like it. Glad they kept doing them.
I'd say when you're not doing
Dana,
drama,
your turn.
you do drama.
When
you're not doing drama, then I think it's a underrated commodity, and it happened on SNL. I haven't seen Minecraft yet, but that you are fun.
Oh, good.
And make people happy. So when I see you out there dancing and singing, I'm just happy and you're fun. And I do think where the world is today, or whatever you want to call that, it's just fun is underrated, fun. Yeah. And when you're having fun, and you were having fun the whole show, I believe, with the Indiana Jones guy and the whip. The first play guy that was great too. That was fantastic.
Calling
and
Heidi
a dry
Helen,
one that I like, Bass Lake, where everyone keeps playing bass. Another one that was great. One-uppers was really funny for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Those camera angles.
I was still a little sweaty from my monologue when we did that, though. I noticed on the close-up. But yeah, it was really fun.
And of course, Making Love really started out and then really killed it with Brandy.
What's the one with the eagle noise?
That was one-upping, because we were one-upping each other with how socially conscious we all were, and it would make the eagle noise. That one was really funny to me. It had like hints of Debbie Downer. You know what I mean? Where it's like the sound and then looking right down the barrel of the camera. That just works. It just works. And it was well written.
Well, to connect it to people's flexing to everyone else or what they're doing is so great. And then have the violence of, take that. I mean, it was just, I was inspired. I thought the writing was really first rate. I thought it was inspired writing. The Goth Kid Vacation really made me laugh, and you came in there.
Oh yeah, that was a great pre-tape. We filmed that the day before, but that other song, "The Making Love," that was oh shit, I'm getting a phone call. Sarah Squirm. Sorry,
is it Sarah Squirm?
Go ahead and take it. We have editing capabilities. Go ahead.
Why didn't I? I should have done the thing where
you turn off your phone.
Yeah, duh.
You call Entertainment Weekly back.
Yeah. Anyways, that Making Love
Sarah
one,
Squirm.
we did it in the rehearsal before the dress rehearsal, and it was a hot mess. I was like, there's zero chance this is gonna make it to air. And something happened where they just cut out a few lyrics, a couple stanzas, made it a little easier. And all of a sudden, it was one of my favorites of the whole night. And that song really was like a catchy tune. Yeah. And when Brandy Carlisle comes in at the end and sings her ass off, I was like, holy shit. So it's kind of a funny thing that can happen where from the first rehearsal to the dress rehearsal, something can click and it gets to be 100 times better.
I know. And then it clicks and then it's on live TV and you're done with it. That when it works, it's
Brandy
magic,
in it too.
But it really came together. You two floating in air and then Bowen and then her voice sounded so great. Was it a lavalier mic or did they put a little bit of echo on it? She was just, she has one of the voices of our time. Basically. She
actually does have just an incredible voice, but they did a good job of miking her, but I think it is just her resonating chamber.
I think the Joker is one of the best, kind of pop rock song of the last decade. And I've played it for people. Sometimes with people you're around, maybe YouTube's on, you go, hey, have you heard this song, heard that song? I've won stereo wars by going, have you heard this? And then they just go, they can't believe it, how brilliant the lyrics are, and her vocal is crazy. So
I think another one that deserves a shout out, because in the first read through that we did on like that first day or the second day, there was this one for the Flamin' Hot Cheetos and then the Flamin' Hot
commercial
Preparation H. I laughed so hard in the read through that I got a little bit injured. Have you ever had that where you laugh too hard and you pull a muscle in your ribs? And it made me like have to hold a different body position for the next two sketches. And I was really glad that made it to air. But when I saw the final version of it, I was like, oh, holy shit, you can see like the side of my butt cheek. This is really kind of way more intense than I had even imagined while we were reading it at the table. But
they added so many graphics and
shit. You've shown throughout your career that you're game for anything, like, but I did see the side of your ass and I thought, where is this going? How graphic is this going to go?
Yeah.
Show more ass.
They didn't show whole, but they got all the side cheek you could ever want. We did the pre-tapes like the day before. Did we do those on Friday? No, I think we did them on Thursday, but it was a lot. I mean,
they fucking beat you up.
It was on Friday, and I remember it because I had to wake up at the fucking crack and do like almost a full day of pre-tapes because we did two. We did Preparation H and Goth Kid in Jamaica, which was also really funny.
Pre-tape. Did you do that in read-through or you said read-through, but for pre-tapes, they don't just assign them. You actually read them and say, oh, they're working.
Yeah, but I was down. I like the idea of pre-tapes because even though it's a long day, it lightens the load on the actual show.
And they both crush. They both are great. Did you, your energy, did you ever, like before the air show, were you in your dressing room kind of going, okay, are you like Fraser on the stool coming out in the 15th round, or are you feeling really good? Because it's like the audience and the live element will bring a lot of energy, but it seemed like your energy was just perfectly up there all the way through the show.
Good.
Must have felt good because you don't know. It's like riding a horse and you go, do I have this? And you got it.
You know what's weird is right before the show, a couple hours before actually, Donna, the lady, the real nice lady who dresses you and does all the quick changes, is running all around. Mm-hmm. She said, is there anything you'd like to eat, honey? And I've got this feeling like that's what it sounds like right before you die when they say, this is your last meal before the electric chair. Anything you want. And I was like, I really have a taste for like an Italian chopped salad, no onions. You got it, babe. We're going to get it for you.
I know. I love when they're calm backstage. But when I was there with Maya and everybody, everybody felt like right after dress, everyone wanted to literally just crawl into a bed. Like there's a moment I said, this is normal. Right now, you're going to want to go to sleep. You're exhausted.
I did take a nap.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh, you did after dress?
I didn't take a nap, but I laid down because there's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah. And I just like, Donna got me a nice pillow and I just put my head down for a little while.
Fucking baby.
Because the knocking is the tough part. You know, if someone didn't get the memo and you're just about to nod off.
Oh,
Jack, no, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were resting. Oh, it's just we're doing a change on the. I'll come back later.
All right, let's let him go, Danny. He's been a good sport.
Oh man, great to see you guys.
Jack, you're a stud, dude. Thanks for talking.
You're
We're
the
blessed.
best.
I love
anytime.
I love the chrono idea. I'm going to do that.
Chrono marathon.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I've been doing it with the Beatles. Maybe I'll do Todd.
Have you done it? Have you done it with the Beatles? The chrono marathon?
I just do so much of them, but I haven't done literally from Love Me Do all the way to the end of side 2. No, that would be another way to
skip those early albums a lot because you're like, they were still just kids. They didn't really get their sea legs still rubber soul. But you got to go all the way.
Well, let me just say two things before we hang up because this is, the early Beatles, they weren't so good. No, they did the best 2-minute pop song. She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand. They reinvented the genre. It's not like they got better. It's just the group that became that group. Of course, they would do the best 2-minute pop songs in history. And the other one was that Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields were recorded before Sgt. Pepper, after Revolver. They were going to be on Sgt. Pepper, but they made them into double A side. So they were just a single, Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane. And then they ended up, all the leftovers ended up along with I Am a Walrus on Magical Mystery Tour. So Magical Mystery Tour in some ways is the greatest album ever made because it has Strawberry Fields, I'm a Walrus, and Penny Lane, just those three and others.
Did you see that 8-hour movie that Peter Jackson made?
Oh, yeah.
That's the fucking...
that's your boy.
I had to break it up into 3 pieces, though. I watched like the first 3 hours and second, but that...
Boy,
to see them writing that album, Let It Be, right? It was that's one of those times where you're like, if I could just be a fly on the wall for this one time in history, that would be heaven. He fucking got it. He got the fly on the wall and one of the top 10 things you'd ever want to watch.
4 weeks later, they go to Abbey Road with George Martin, and they're starting to do Abbey Road. And, because you see the antecedents there, he's going, I don't know what to do. Is something in the way, just say like a cauliflower, something so you get the lyric,
What's funny to me is that the whole film, all of that shooting was an afterthought. It was the camera crew and director who was filming some shitty movie that Ringo Starr was shooting that no one ever heard of or saw. But they were like, hey, since we're here, is it okay if we just like film the making of your next album with the Beatles? Oh, ask the boys.
Best thing in the world.
Is it cool if this guy comes in and films? We probably should actually. It's not a bad idea. And then they fucking got this gold.
That sat there.
I love the guy who keeps on going up. guys, you've got to do the final farewell concert in Dubai or wherever the fuck
Right,
it was. The
on an
worst
island.
idea.
Yeah.
Wherever it was, it's like they're gonna end up on the roof of the building you're in, you jackass. But
Yeah.
and because he
Everyone
kept
knows
on
the
pushing
answer.
it. No, you gotta go to. I can't remember where it was.
All right.
I believe it
Well,
was Dubai.
We
it's
can
been a
go
blast
too, buddy.
hanging out with you, and we'll see you around campus.
Yes.
So you've been out lately, or what?
Yeah, we're going to introduce Keenan right now, but I was going to tell you this weekend I did some gigs and on my tour and flew coach, as always, man of the people. What I don't realize when you fly, like if it's Southwest, you stand there and then they go, almost any airline. I just hear them go, okay. And I go to get on. They go, right now we're just going to start with like little babies and people that need some help. Okay. So they pile on. Now, any veterans from the military. So they got
that's
on.
good.
Then they go first class or platinum gold members. Then they go on. And they're like, people with anxiety or any stresses, go on. Then it's
That's me.
people that really hate flying, go next. People that sort of hate flying. I'm like, I think I'm the last person to get on. And then I got on and stuffed me big rump in a little chair. And I go, they say they're going to clean the plane. It's just one guy with Febreze. I go, anyway, so then I, okay, bring him on. And then I go, I think there's a dog tooth in my seat back. They go, we can't get every nook and cranny, narc. Why don't you yelp it down a notch, guy? I go, okay. Anyway, that's the story.
I think they flatter all of us. I used to fly coach. I didn't have any pocket change, but now it's golden, platinum, 5-star members, and you're in the 40th row. But my God, you're walking on triple platinum, man.
Yeah,
nobody doesn't have a great moniker.
I got first on one of the ways, and they go, "There's a first class lounge," and I walk up. They go, "Are you a member?" I go, "Well, I'm flying first class." They go, "What a joke! You can't come in here."
You're not a member.
Yeah.
She said, "Pay downstairs." I went to one of those. She goes, "Pay downstairs," but there was no one there, like no one at the cash register.
Yeah.
So I went in, had a couple pops,
Yeah, a couple
and then
knocks.
snuck out. And saving that $70 was just
Oh, I love it.
something about that.
It's nice.
Sneaking.
The
lying.
woman that wouldn't let me in says to her friend as I'm leaving, "I love you and grown-ups." I go, "Not enough. This is the time where you do me a solid and go, hey, Higgins, get in there." But also, when I left the plane, I said this to her because I'm a great guy. I said, "Listen, I want to thank you because, you showed up." I said, "A lot of people are calling in sick lately and planes are delayed, but I made my show and I appreciate it." And she goes, "I know, right? I have COVID and I came in." And I go, "Exactly. That's what I mean. You're trying and you're really doing." All right, Keenan, great guy. Had a lot of fun with him.
Thompson.
Yeah. The longest
running cast member
Active.
by far, active. We go over his story. He was a child actor and then a child star on Nickelodeon.
He was
doing
on
a
Hamburger
sketch
Town.
show.
He was on
Keel and Peele.
he was on Peel and Keenan.
Well, look, we're not good with names, but he
No,
was on
he
a
was in-
lot of stuff on Nickelodeon. Good Burger.
Good Burger, and
Yeah.
he was in Keenan and Kel.
But Keenan has his own incredible story, and it took him a long time to kind of get used to getting SNL and being on SNL. And then he evolved, and we go over how he got some great, I think Scared Straight is one of the hardest I've laughed at a sketch.
Scared Straight was great. He also does the What's Up With That? Is that it?
What's up with
That
that?
made me
It's
laugh
so
out loud.
funny. It's hard to describe this, but look it up on YouTube if
Yeah.
you don't know it. And I'll make an observation about Keenan.
Yeah.
He speaks, because I have a lot of Irish relatives. He speaks in poetry, and I hate this cliche, but he's kind of an old soul. He's a laid back guy, and you always think of him as the kid, kind of. And he's still really young.
Yeah, and he also is smart. We were asking him who he thought would take over the show if Lauren ever left. Interesting answer. And I asked him what it was like being famous at a young age, if that throws you off as a kid. A lot of child stars aren't 1,000% stable, understandably, and I think he's got his head on.
He is a de facto producer in a sense that he's been there, had new people show up, go through their whole tenure, they leave, and he's still there. And we ask him what that felt like. But he's always likes when a bunch comes in, because we've talked about it on the podcast. Someone comes in as a single, And then this
Single?
past year, they put 4 or 5 in, and he likes to see them evolve.
Likes to see clumps come in.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
easier for your brain to have a new person with you. I kind of came in with a chunk. It's hard to come in midstream, like by yourself, December, and then you're just fully lost in that place.
Yeah.
All right, you have a song?
This is a riff I thought of for Keenan. So, let me get kind of a combo.
Yeah,
here.
get comfortable.
Get comfortable.
Toe tapper.
Keenan Thompson coming to the show. Gonna be funny, don't you know? Keenan can't play the guitar when people are watching me.
Yeah, you kind
I'm
of.
twice as bad when people are watching me. David.
We can fix that.
Sorry. I have 5 people staring at me with their jaws out like they're just.
No, it's fun. Okay,
Is
so
it?
yeah. Is it?
I like Keenan Thompson.
All right, Keenan Thompson, guys. Hope you like.
Keenan.
Oh, whoa.
What?
Whoa. Not even a minute late.
No.
Hey alum.
What's
So
up,
you're not
alums?
you're not we're alums. You're not an alum yet, right? You're still on campus.
Yeah, I know. I'm still fully on campus.
Yeah.
all the-
Once
all
you
the
leave
ca-
campus. Yeah.
All the campus meals are still free. How are you, gentlemen?
Do you eat for- do you-
Apologies
wait.
for missing
Oh, right.
last time. My sleep schedule has just been crazy lately.
Wait a minute. In today's busy world with all the emails and all this stuff, I recheck. I mean, I can't, I'm never anywhere. I'm not even sure I was supposed to be on this right now until you just showed up.
But
So,
you're here.
no worries there.
Where are you broadcasting from? The basement?
This is like undisclosed location in Northern California.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a basement area. That
Oh, right. Yours does look like a basement. Are you okay?
there's stuff in there that should not be seen. So anyway, it's a little haunted house place. There's definitely poltergeists in this house, built in 1912. But anyway, back to you, Keenan.
Hey, Keenan, when you eat down there on the show night, that's free, right? Everything's still free or no?
Yeah, it is free. But you're also allowed to pay for whatever meal you would like. So there's still freedoms there. Yeah.
I would order in.
Yeah.
Do you give
I would order in, Dan.
Do you give every season a mental report card, or a vibe card, because you've been there with so many
Vibe
casts
card.
and so many ups and downs and changes and people leaving that was your favorite cast member, all this, the normal drama.
Yeah.
So right now, what's your vibe card?
Right
feel
now,
good?
it's super strong. We've been having a strong season. I think the new people all came in, taking big swings together. It's nice to see when they get to come in groups as opposed to like one or twos trying to figure it out, you know what I mean? And being kind of lost for a couple of years or whatever. And being in the super duper background for a while, they got to come in at a time when we pretty much needed them, you know what I mean? So they've all kind of been pretty prevalent, I think, this season as far as like getting introduced to America and stuff like that or whatever. But
we talked a lot to bridge cast members who came in and aren't really told anything because they're just alone and they're at the show and no one tells them, where the bathroom is or what time is dinner. It's like,
I bet Keenan tells them more than the higher ups.
I would go
tell
to
them.
Keenan.
yeah, I try to tell them whatever they want to know because, I had that same experience. I was super, like you said, nobody explains it to you. So like I showed up Tuesday at like 6:30, not knowing that I should have been there. You know what I mean? Early, I was just like, I don't know. I'll just go.
So
when
you
I
get
up.
hired and you just show up.
Yeah,
And-
nobody told me a time. The times didn't come into play until like Wednesday or some shit like that.
And you were
Monday.
the only one coming in when you came in? You were just added in as a single? Or were you had anyone
I
with
came in with Finesse and JB was writing and Jordan Black was writing.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely you guys are the new ones.
Keenan, I
Yeah.
did that when I came in. I did, I do like coming in with a clump. I had a few people, we sort of had a chunk of people that are described from my era, thank God. But when I came in, I remember Schneider once, Schneider and Downey called me on a Thursday night from a rewrite meeting and said, "Where the fuck are you?" And I go, "Well, I didn't get anything on."
Right.
And they go, "You still got to be here." And I go, "Well, no one tells me anything." I go, that's like a 16-hour rewrite day, as you guys know. And I didn't go the full week before. No one said a word. And this is the second week I missed. And then they go, "Get down here." Downey goes, "Get down here." I go, "Oh, okay." I felt intrusive. Like if I went in, they'd say, "Why are you here? Did you think you got something on?"
I love the mystery.
It's weird.
Did Lauren ever say to you, just as a non sequitur, "Still with the show"? Because you would just
still here.
walk, still here, but still with the show. It's like season 4, and he walks by you.
Oh, look who's still here. Yeah, you get little asides like that. It's more so like right before you're about to perform a very personal sketch that you're terrified about. He's done this literally to me. He's like, this should be funny, right? Okay, have fun. It's like, shit, has this not been funny all this time?
It'd be really nice if this if it was really was funny.
Yeah.
I know. His dry sense of humor, but it does kind of relax you. It does. I like that.
It's a Jedi mind trick because then I go overperform, basically.
What was in your early tenure there? Was there a sketch that you were particularly nervous about that, like, if I land this, I'm going to break through in a different way? And then Lauren said something, or when did you feel like you had a little bit of a foothold on SNL Mountain, kind of or is it right away?
No, it was not right away at all. It took a while. Okay. I didn't get like my own personal ideas on till like, 5th season kind of thing and on. I was servicing, writers and stuff like that and trying to be a good, performance cast member. But my writing was really slacking, because I was kind of learning on the fly. I didn't have that responsibility at, Nickelodeon. We were just kids, and I had, good on-camera presence or whatever, and that was enough to kind of skate me past not knowing how to write or knowing how to like collaborate with like full adults. You know what I'm saying? I was 25, and there was like real adults in the room with like real consequence if I wasted their time, kind of thing. So it took a while to like feel comfortable, asking people for their time or to take a swing on. An idea or whatever. Yeah.
Did you find a confidant or a writer or someone that you started to kind of talk to or vent to? Or
Brian Tucker came in early, like we didn't, specifically write, something that recurred necessarily, but we definitely had a rapport very early because, he loves the black zeitgeist, you know what I'm saying? So we get along. And me and Colin shared an office for like 8 years. So that was good times.
Nice. So Brian, he became head writer, or was he head writer when you came in?
No, he graduated, and I think I had a hand in helping that with our little "What's Up with That" ventures.
Fixing
you know
time.
What I mean?
What's Up with That is a crusher, dude. I just watched a few of them, and
thank you,
man. That's funny as shit. That's like an old school kind of just. I start laughing, and you don't really laugh at every sketch. Sometimes you look at a sketch and you go, "That was good,
right?
That was funny," but to start laughing and going, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well, when something is funny with the sound off or it's visual, you go in the song and you've got Sudeikis does that thing. You're doing your thing. There's no real joke. It's a celebration and it stopped. It's what I would call an irresistible sketch.
1,000. The only joke in it is my favorite.
I love that
by far is fucking Bill playing
Lindsey
Buckingham. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And he's got so much to say in the beginning, and we're going to get to it, I swear. And then we never do. And, I always think he's mad at me, and then he's not mad at me. It's my fucking favorite.
And Bill Hader is just funny, without lines. He's just fun. One of those guys.
One of the greatest.
Funny.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not easy to perform in silence. You know what I mean? You have to be a great mime kind of actor, like a Martin Short or something.
What's nice about an ensemble, Dana knows this, is like Keenan, it takes a while to learn how to write a sketch. I think people realize that there's no class for it. So you're really learning by watching, and it takes a long time. But if you're a writer, you have the respect enough when you're there to be able to say, I have this sketch which pretty much services me, but I'm going to have Mike Myers come in and do 2 lines. You get a guy like that, and he will come in and do his best 2 lines, or understate it, or say, Dana, come in and do this. And they do it because it's an ensemble, and you go, what a gift. I get these great guys, and they are just pros, walk in, boom, boom. What do you need for the sketch? Play it under, play it over. What do you need from me? And I'll get out. And then that was sort of a power trip in a way too. You go, wow, I have all these guys at my disposal. And the same thing you're saying is that you get to bring Bill Hader, who's so good, and you go, am I wasting this guy's time? But no, he comes in, gets his laughs.
Even talk. Sudeikis doesn't say a word.
He does the running man.
And he's the biggest star of the sketch. Like, after we rehearsed it the first time and he was sweating harder than I was like, oh, this is going to be dynamite. You know what I'm saying? Because
I could tell. I was
my shoulders.
Going, they are all you guys are moving so much. He's moving the most. Well, it's just like a fucking workout.
It's not overtly like a funny dance. There's something about it. I couldn't really describe riding the bicycle.
Yeah.
It's just something. It's actually really good.
Yes.
And of course, he's playing it so serious. So yeah, that's another.
I mean,
it's like a
technically black dances that a white guy is doing very well, basically.
Yeah.
So good.
And he looks funny. I think Zach was in one of them playing the 2-sided flute. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
My God. Yes.
Yeah, Zach.
2-sided flute. That's when it's just like, what more like ridiculous stuff can we do? And that was one of the harder things to do, was finding something for the host to do that would stand out, So like, that's one of the detriments of writing at SNL. You'll have this great idea that works for you and your friends, and then you're like, oh shit, like, what does the host do in it? And if they don't have much to do in it, it might be on the chopping block, like,
right.
It's their night, so they're not necessarily going to lean
Lauren
into
also, sorry to interrupt, but Lauren drops those subtle notes, maybe Fred Armisen is the guy, or, Mike could be, he's kind of guiding the show that way, but it's always good to make friends with the host.
Yeah.
Or just get a relationship with them. Like, what are you feeling? How are you doing? What do you want? What do you need?
That's the game, that. And like, of course, satisfying the family. Like you were saying, David, like, you have all these people at your disposal in the cast, but you also have these brilliant makeup people, brilliant wig people. Like, our technical crew is insane. I don't know if y'all saw Pedro Pascal's episode, but they did a Mario Kart thing that was insane. The graphics were crazy good. And this is a 24-hour, 30-hour fucking turnaround. It's just magical up there. So,
and they turn you into Kendrick Perkins recently.
Yeah, whenever they want,
Dude, Kendrick was one of the funniest things I just saw.
It's one of the best impressions of the last few years. There's something so fucking funny about that thing.
I watch that show every day.
And that shit feels like we did it a couple years ago, because, it's weird when you have to do impressions before they're a household name. Like we tried Steve Harvey before he was doing Family Feud, and it just didn't work because, not enough people like knew what was funny about Steve Harvey, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And then Kendrick Perkins was like, he wasn't big enough yet. Like, I guess he hadn't, burned enough people yet to become famous enough. Like, after that racist outburst, like, now everybody knows him, and now they're looking back at like an old impression, like, oh my God, it's magical. So there's so many ways to score, and there's so many ways to get burned. And I don't know, it's just it's a crazy job experience. Like, look who I'm talking to and like who I'm family with. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a blessed existence to be a part of. So,
a lot of the people who've come on the show, I might be one of them, but because there's no other experience like it experientially and emotionally, Rockefeller Center, Lorne Michaels, that 8H. A lot of people kind of said, I'm not quite sure why I left. Maybe 2 more years would have been better, or 3 more years. So are you the smartest guy in show business in a way? Like, if this is kind of the most intense things you can do on the planet, and most overtly just creative because you can think of something Thursday and it's on live TV. When did your forever plan? When did you kind of go, I think I'll go season 7. I'll go 8. How did it evolve? It's 20 seasons now, right? Or more?
Yeah, this is 20. I mean, 20. It just kept rolling, couple year deal after couple year deal. You know what I mean? Like, it was never more than 2 or 3, like, all right. And then all of a sudden you're at the end of that 3 years, like, all right, should we extend? Like, what else is going on or whatever? And it's like, there's other stuff going on, but it doesn't necessarily have to take time away from S. Like there's a way to do both. And it kind of just kept working like that. It's like,
that's like a new world.
Yeah, it was just a new.
You don't have to quit. You can go do a show.
Exactly.
And
I wasn't
either or before.
Yeah, I wasn't the first one. You know, Fred like did a whole Portlandia run while he was still on the show. You know, and like
that's right.
You know, 80 did the same thing with Shrill. And
if they let you,
yeah, if they allow it, and
now they do. I think.
And yeah, I think it's a newer, you know, concept for people to allow for, you know, an actor to be in two places at once, basically.
It's generous.
And also generous, if it's part of the Broadway video or you're part of the show, even when, you know, Lauren is producing and it makes allowances for that. And Lauren, when I was there, was just starting with SNL Studios or his production company. So it's kind of a whole big ecosystem. I just wanted to ask you about, like, so you're there, you're doing really well. Someone comes in, stays 7 years and leaves, and you're still there. Like emotionally, you must get really attached to people because it does bond people so hard. And then who is you probably a lot of people who's like you're sorry to see them go because you had so much fun with them, and then and then you meet the next person you're gonna love. So.
I mean, all of them. You know, like in the beginning, like Jeff Richard is not Jeff Richard, Jeff
Goldblum.
No, he was Jeff. I'm fucking blanking on his name. It might have been Jeff Richards is Tina's husband, right?
No, Jeff Richards was a performer, right?
Mm-hmm. So it was Jeff Richards, blonde hair kind of dude. Yeah,
impressionist.
Yeah. So Jeff Richards was there, and then he wasn't in my first season, and I missed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and like just because we had like a backstage bond, he used to make me laugh and stuff like that. But he had a rough go at it, and like I even missed him. You know what I'm saying in the beginning, and it just never got easier. I think it was like Jimmy's last season or something too. So just like I didn't necessarily build that strong of a friendship with him, but he was always nice. And then all of a sudden there was it was a different show. Without, a Jimmy Fallon presence or whatever. That dude was like a rock star. And I was like, man, I wish I had more time.
Were you on with us? I can't remember.
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't on camera yet.
I left in 93. Were you there?
Yeah, I was still doing, I was driving, actually. I drove you several nights, Dana. Yeah. I still remember. But yeah, it sucks every time, because we're in the trenches together for so many hours, so many different emotional experiences and stuff like that. And I've been lucky enough to like be, in some cast with some very cool people, so you just develop strong relationships, and then all of a sudden they're not there anymore. And it's very sporadic when you see them again.
I got a hard question, Dana. Who's his starting five from when you were on the show, since you've been on the show?
Well,
starting five.
He probably had a few, but you did have. Well, go ahead for all-time starting five. That's a lot of cast members
from 20 years. No, since he's been on.
Oh, that's a tough one. I just know that
it might be all ladies because my sisters have been insane. like Kate, Cecily, Amy,
Maya,
Tina, Maya, like that's over.
Kristen.
That's exactly like just with five is not fair. So
that's five are used up right away.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just been some powerhouse performers, and I don't know, man. Like it's such a great front row seat to the silly. I'm always laughing on camera or off camera. Like I can't take it seriously, especially 20 years later. It's like it's not a job anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what happens.
What you do, which is so enticing, is that you don't break, but there's that sense of joy underneath everything on your face.
Yes.
And where you're in some way, we're doing something crazy, But to your point about the women, I talked with Lauren about that because there were issues around, or the women get enough parts. Then the women in recent times started playing a lot of the men as well. Also being dominant on that front. So we definitely, it was a very enlightened show that way. But the women you've mentioned, are just absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, we all have our other favorites too. Bill Hader, who you might be nice to hear, just we put him on the spot. You know, who's the greatest guy? You know, just because it's a fun game like the NBA. Who's better? This and Bill Hader said Keenan.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
As the best cast member of all time.
Yeah.
So
What?
that's flat.
That's insane.
Well, he just said
What?
That's insane.
he just said. Well, there's different ways of looking at this, but you know, you're there, and it seems like when did you meet peak relaxation? Because it seems like it's been a while since I call it the comfort factor. I think Bo and Yang has it already.
Mhm.
Like they come in, it's crunchy, it scores. If there's a cavalcade of people doing a thing, landing some shtick.
Crunchy.
I think
You
peak was,
land.
Yeah, I think peak was around Scared Straight when I had an idea that was coming from me and was working on the show as far as, intelligence or, are the jokes heady enough or new enough or not just for, for Black culture or whatever, kind of just for everybody. Is it like broad enough? And that one was like the first one where we really nailed it down. And thanks to Colin, man, because, I brought the Black side and he brought, the structure side, basically.
Colin Jost.
Yeah. Kind of like how me and Brian work, Brian Tucker. So
I was going to bring that up because I do think that's another one of yours that just really pops off the television.
Oh, thank you.
Because you have the jokes and you're going, I don't know if for people who are just hearing about it, it's juvenile delinquents kind of getting scared by a hardened criminal, verbally to make them not become criminals or something like that.
Using the plots of 80s movies.
And within it, you're so committed that on the air show with the adrenaline, like you're grabbing people and you're so in their face and they're tilting back. There's a sense of danger, almost like, did anyone get hurt? Because you really,
I think their eardrums were hurting for sure. Because I was hollering and I wanted to be right close to where, you could see my face and their face next to each other. So I would circle around behind them. So I know I was yelling in their ears way too much. And
what would be like the entree into that? You think you're cool? I mean, can you just do one of the lines, maybe even half speed? Like when you first show up, it's like he like what
when he first shows
say.
up is like on your feet. All right. Well, he says, all right, here it comes, coming through the door. All right, here it comes. On your feet. Now sit down. I said on your feet. So
and they're just innocent, scared guys.
Yeah, just chaos from the jump. And shout out to Sudeikis once again, because another nothing ass role that he would just make a meal out of. Like at the end of the sketch, he hops back up on the desk and settles in or whatever and just made a meal out of being that kind of Keystone Cop or whatever. Just fucking so much fun, man. And
because you're knocking down all the.
Sorry,
brilliant.
what?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but to Sudeikis, you're knocking down all these boundaries and being inappropriate. And he's like, hey.
You can't take that.
Really
my bad, Chief. Show me where the line is at.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Dana, I have this sketch up because I was watching before he came in, and I have it freeze frame, and it's on you and Sudeikis looks like Phil Hartman. He's got his hair back, he's got glasses, he's got a mustache. I'm like, this is probably something Phil would have played.
He can play the regular guy and make it so funny.
Yeah.
He's like Phil that way.
Yeah, man. And we had
good-looking everyman.
Yeah. You guys laid out such an amazing template for us to follow. The everyday man, the impressionist, the voice, the quirk, the physical, the this. So by the time we got there, we kind of knew if we could possess any of those talents and then someone else in the cast could be, another person like that. We knew we had a full, fledged kind of force, basically, because we were covering all those aspects of society. You know what I mean? There is a dad kind of a character. There's a,
game
a
show host.
Yeah. There's a guy that's tearing the house down. You know what I mean? And there's a this, that, and the other. And then, of course, there's women,
Women, what always kind of, I sometimes have a sense of memory about when you're doing the sketch all week and you have the practice show. It's the air show, and then the band's playing. Everyone's psyched up, and you're going behind the slats, and you got whatever your goofy thing is. And then you might see Bill Hader or Amy Poehler come over, and they've got their goofy costume on, and you're just all waiting to go on and do it for the live. Yeah. That's kind of those bonding moments. Like you're scared, you're excited. But when you get into a rhythm with a cast, and you've been through several incarnations, it gets really fun. Everyone's getting very playful because the audience is loving the cast and everyone's getting more confident. So
there was nothing I enjoyed more than watching other cast members scoring, especially in their earlier years. Like I remember when Kate used to do Whiskers Are We, and it was like always in that last 10-minute window. So a lot of us would be done for the night and we could just like sit and watch her just fucking destroy with the wildest, weirdest characters, you know, or concepts, you know, kind of ever. And it was just like, man, I'm so like, it's like being a proud parent, but like, or being a proud sibling. You know what I mean? It's like, look at my little sister out there scoring, you know, like as big as anybody, you know. It was always really a lot of fun. So I like to root for everybody on the team, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to get mine. Like I get mine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want them to get theirs.
He was in roughly 1,500 sketches. What are your favorite 200?
It's up. Any alien?
You have 10 seconds.
Any alien?
All the aliens were always a lot of fun to play. Just because it's like impressive how they can throw an alien head on you in like 3 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever it is. It's never super long, and then it comes right off, and you can go be somebody else. But yeah, I don't know, man. Saying live from New York the first time was fucking exhilarating, you know, and it's been exhilarating each time after, you know. It's just get the party started, but also recognize where you are. You know what I'm saying? You just said live from New York is Saturday night and people are clapping and now the show is happening and like all these cameras are dancing and like that fucking famous person has been behind that wall for 4 minutes waiting for their moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're listening to you too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
They're waiting for their cue.
Yeah.
Fuck, I used to see it. I didn't say it, I don't think, till I came back and hosted, but I remember saying it going, this is what Chevy Chase said. This is like when you were a kid going, live from New York. And sometimes they'd yell it, sometimes they just say it.
Yeah.
But it's turned into sort of a yelling, exciting thing to get out there. Because like, here we go.
1,000%.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah, that's the host part of it. I know you can't say favorite host, but a host that pops to mind for you. I mean, for me, it was Charlton Heston, or you know, these
like
asymmetrical people.
I always say like Hanks and Chappelle. You know, those are two guys that usually come in and like have really, really big shows. You know, as far as like the behind the scenes people that show up to kind of want to witness the night. You know, like people hear like, Dave Chappelle's in
for
town.
those big ones.
Yeah. And Hanks was like that in the 80s or early 90s when he
even back with us.
He came in with
the nicest guy in the world, but like a fucking strong artist, you know, like real meticulous, like damn near method as far as like his approach to comedy even, you know, like comedy should be very specific and it's like it's supposed to be this rhythm and this reference is supposed to, you know what I mean? And he's always like fishing and trying to keep that old, you know, world of like us ad-libbing 24 hours a day to find funny moments and plug them in or not, but just to kind of like push through the day, you know, entertaining each other. And that feels very like old school, you know what I mean? Like the new kids are just in their phones, basically. Everybody's like, as soon as we're done, you know, you take a break from rehearsal, everybody picks their phones up.
Well, Tom Hanks has no movie star ego at all. And
it's crazy.
He loves coming into SNL and being part of an ensemble. And he, Mr. Short-Term Memory was one of his iconic sketches.
Oh, right.
He's probably the only one who could land it because it was about commitment. You know, Will Ferrell, there's certain commitment freaks, but he's up there. And he was always fun. And I told him, I said, I felt we had another cast member coming, not necessarily a host when he was around. You know, just his whole vibe. Yeah.
And it's great when cast members host the show. It's like a week off for us.
Because they know the whole drill.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because you go, when they leave and come back, you're like, it's like an all-cast show.
It is. It's the best. It's the best week ever. It's like, there's no egos.
I was telling Dana, there was times when we were having a run of hosts that weren't quite as famous, like it's the second lead from a TV show or the third lead. And I was like looking around the room going, I think Mike and Dana are more famous than the host.
For a beat.
For a run there, it's like there was some people getting very famous on the show. And you thought, oh my God, the host must feel crazy coming in here. Sometimes they just sit down and go, I want to do Wayne's World. And you go, oh, okay.
No.
Do you have a starstruck host for you at all?
Like struck by me?
No, that you would go a little starstruck, like
that I was starstruck. Oh yeah. I mean, Eddie was crazy.
Yeah, Eddie
that was just crazy. You know what I mean? Sandler was like that too. You know, I'm always enamored by that guy. Like even when we're like shooting movies or whatever, and like, it feels like I should be more comfortable because it's not my first time around him, but I'm just such a fan, you know, and it's the same with you guys, you know what I mean? Like it's off-putting, you know, for you guys to like really be in people's presence because it's like, you know, we hold you in such high regard and you bring us so much joy. It's like, oh shit, now this person is like in front of me. What do I say to them? Like, I hope I'm not wasting their time, or I hope I can make them laugh. You know what I mean? Because like if you talk to Seinfeld, he doesn't want to like talk. He wants to like be entertained. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to find jokes. You know what I mean? So it's like
he's always on a joke hunt.
1,000%. So he's like, let me not waste his time.
I like it. Yeah.
It's the same for you guys. Like that 40th was crazy. Just like watching people, you know, come in different interims and like do their bits and shit. But these are all people that I just grew up, you know, idolizing or whatever, but never feeling like I would ever meet or, you know, be bros with or alumni or any of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to take in. So I understand what it is for the, you know, the general public to like bump into you guys and not know what to say. It's like, holy shit. Like what I get a picture or, you know, give me a dick punch. I don't know what to do.
I always tell people ask me, what should I say to a celebrity? And I said, be very, very specific. You know, if they ran into you, they go, I love and Scared Straight when you and Sudeikis have that little powwow after you get up on the guys. And then you're like, oh, that's a real fan. But you're 1,000% in the club. You know, you're not only just on Saturday Night Live. Now everyone, you know, you have these sketches that are, you know, part of our history. But I had the same thing with Dan Aykroyd. I was copying his impression with a little tape recorder to do Jimmy Carter in college. And then I walk into Lorne's office. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. And there's Dan Aykroyd. And I didn't know what to say to him.
At all.
It's said, too much. Have you had a celebrity? I walked in there once and Mick Jagger was sitting there. Lorne never gives you a warning. Did you have walk into Lorne's office and have somebody famous sitting there or a cast member or just?
Yeah, I want to say it was like McCartney in there one time or somebody like that. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like
you're not ready.
No, what am I going to say to a Beatle?
I love all what's up that, you know, because he keeps dancing and singing. He never really interviews the people. He never says a word.
They want to talk, but they never get to talk. It's brilliant. It's like, oh my God, please stop talking to me. I don't know what to do.
Was it poor writing? They never talk.
Yeah.
And the dancing man, you know, with the bicycle guy. What's he all about?
And the three-piece suit. And everything is just a long suit. It looks great.
One time, Lorne called me out of the blue, which why would Lorne call me? But I was on the show, and it was toward the end of my run.
I love Lorne.
And he goes, David, you're good on your feet. Do you think you could think of jokes if Mick Jagger won something and he has to think of things to say? And I'm like, at an award show or something? He goes, hang on. And he goes, hello? And I go, he puts Mick Jagger. I'm not even getting my head around what's going on. And then I go, oh, hey. And then he's like, basically like, go. I'm like, go what? Give you my jokes I haven't thought of yet?
It's too much pressure. He did that to me one time when we were doing a What's Up With That and like a guest dropped out. So like the second seat is usually just someone that really just sits there and doesn't say anything at all. Yeah. And it's like reserved for any kind of famous person that wants to be there or that we can get. Yeah. And then like that person dropped out. So like Robin Williams was just around and he was like, you should ask Robin. I was like, I should ask Robin. I should go ask Robin Williams to just sit in my sketch and not say a word. Like,
Jesus.
Seriously? And he was like, yeah. I was like, shit.
And Robin would have been cool with it.
I went and talked. I didn't even finish my sentence. He was just like, absolutely, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like he was just an angel. So yeah, that was crazy.
Yesterday, my brush with fame yesterday, Dana, was a guy when I'm walking around goes, he comes up behind me, hey, and I see him running up with his camera. And he goes, are you David Bowie? And I go, yes. And then he goes, okay. And then I go tell everyone you met David Bowie. But he knew me. Why this guy was like 23 and even knew who David Bowie was to say the wrong name. but it was kind of funny.
That's funny.
Bless him. Don't even correct him. Just
David,
go.
you used to sign autographs as me when we looked more close in age in my boyish stage. That's Lauren always says that. I never went boyish. Boyish. But and then I would sign autographs for a period of time as David. And now
why not? Just kid it.
Now
quicker,
they just come up
boom.
and say to me, "You're no David Spade," and walk away. And that's Marcy Klein.
You guys ever like bump back into people that you did that to?
Oh, that they realize. Yeah, sometimes. But they don't even know they're saying it when they say it sometimes. They just think they're saying the right thing.
Right.
So they don't even know they did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, were you there for Margot Robbie when she hosted?
Yeah, she was so nice. We did this sketch that Bobby wrote, Bobby Moynihan, shout out. And it was like, you know that song, Bow, Bow,
Yeah.
Bueller
Oh,
one?
I love that.
Was she a teacher?
Yeah, she's like the hot
I saw that.
librarian.
That's what I'm
and then
talking
she just
about. I
kept
saw
taking
that.
layers off and just getting like
Yeah.
grosser and grosser. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
When I was watching this day, and I'm thinking, okay, first of all, Margot Robbie seems like a really good, fun, good-spirited person that would go along with whatever.
Mhm.
And when
Yeah.
you go on that show, of course, it's better if you just say, "Sure, let me try this." But being pretty, and then I go, "Oh, she's just like a stripping hot teacher that you dream would strip."
Yeah,
And so she starts stripping, and I'm like, I'm kind of weird out she would do this,
right.
But of course, the joke comes in where she lets her hair down, and then she starts pulling out the extensions, and then she's basically she's bald with like little strings of hair, and then it just gets worse, and the guys go from being excited to going, oh, gross. It's all like kind of slow motion,
Yeah, like
and
please
they're
stop.
all slowly turned off by her. Very fun. I like to see when a big star, like she's a pretty big star, and to come in
She's
and
a huge star.
She's
to
a
come in and like
huge
do
star.
that. And it took a while. Like that was not a quick shoot.
yeah. Well, she's a bald cap on, which is already Dana used to
Exactly.
wear them all week just to get ready for Saturday. But
Sometimes I had them on so much I would keep it on. I keep it on the whole week. I had a wig for my own hair, so I
That's
didn't have to
hilarious.
get one on Saturday. Yeah, I just kept it all week. Dana, you could have it taken off and put it on again. No, Lauren, it's so fucking painful with the pins and the glue.
do they do it, Keenan? Like if anybody does a bald cap, do they, or a host, let's say, it used to take about 45 minutes. So if they do it after dress, do they take it off to make their hair nice for the monologue, or they just put their own hair as a wig on?
The host, I feel
Yeah.
like the host they'll usually take it off.
Shit,
they'll have their
God, that's
natural
work.
shit. It's a lot of work on those makeup guys. Like
Fucking,
straight
you're
up.
nervous.
And
You're
guys and
sitting in a
gals.
chair with the energy going, fuck, I want to get out of here. I want to go over my lines. And they're like, just sit tight.
Scrubbing on your forehead.
Scrubbing the glue off and ripping your hair out. And you're like, motherfucker.
It's sophisticated because you can do it on a movie. Yeah, it's grinding and glue and pins. How's it feel? You just say, fine. It's
I
fine.
guess it's
Any
fine.
pain? No, it's all right.
Let's just
Not
go
gonna
do
do
this.
it. You don't have to work
Let's
for that.
just go do this.
Let me bore Keenan with one more sketch. Passing out on the slingshot. I think I was right before we were going to talk to you last. It was the night before. It was maybe Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Was it
That was
you?
fun.
What was that one?
That was me and Woody. I think, that was Woody Harrelson. Was that Woody Harrelson?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yes, it was. Yeah. That was a
And
fun.
was it you
that was a fun-
excited to go on this? It was very physical and very,
Yeah, I was like, oh, come on, you guys. We got to ride the slingshot. You can't back out now. Don't look like a scaredy cat in front of your girlfriend. Like all that typical old, dumb, misogynistic kind of tone. Like, come on, the fellas will handle this kind of thing or whatever. But yeah, it was just an homage to all those slingshot videos because.
and what happened? You black out right away, right?
Yeah, it's usually the guy that's like excited about it, that huffs
The
and puffs
tough
too
guy.
much in the beginning and it just passes out. Yeah.
Because all I kept thinking is, how do you see the cue cards? Because you got to close your eyes. and
my squint game was on.
your squint game
my
was
squint
good.
game.
You look like
Yeah.
your eyes are closed to be reading the cards. That's a good one.
Yeah. I was
Damn.
like, and then like when it was time to talk, like I was awake, so I could like actually look, but I was squinting to see the monitor so I could tell like when it
When
was
do you
time
wake
to,
up
like,
again? Yeah.
and when I'm like bouncing up and down if that's matching or whatever kind of thing.
Can we? Here's a little side thing. You're singing on the show, and your collaborations with Chris Redd, who I was doing a couple Laugh Factories with, just knew him very casually. And I didn't even know he was trying for SNL. And also suddenly he's on SNL. But it seems like you guys had, Boys to Men, Come Back Barack. You had some great songs. Did you sing from the beginning, or because I can't sing at all? I can fake sing, but you seem like you can sing.
No, I was, a musical theater kid necessarily. So I sing with others, a lot more or a lot better than I would say I sing by myself. But, for some reason, like I involved myself in the warm up even. So like I have to sing a warm up song before the shows. But besides that, I'm more of a sing for the sketch as opposed to I got a single coming out.
like joke singing kind of.
Yeah.
When the audience is sitting there waiting for the show, sometimes I stand up, or what Dennis Miller would tell jokes. So what song do you sing generally? Obviously it's upbeat, or I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Here comes the show will be on in 10 minutes.
We sing A Change Is Gonna Come.
How's that kidding.
That song, I was born by the river in a little tent. Very sad song. I think in Malcolm X, it was him going to his death. Was the song that they chose in that movie. So no, we sing. It was "Give Me Some Lovin'" for a long time, but now it's just other Teddy Pendergrass song.
That's super upbeat.
And it's very upbeat. Yeah. And Michael Che starts it off with some jokes and then introduces us, and I go up there with, Heidi, Ego, and Chloe now, but it's always been the version of lady cast members to sing with me.
Funny.
Yeah,
that's before
the show starts.
Before the show, yeah.
So you've already got them on your side in a way.
I think me and Norm used to stand
try to break that ice.
Yeah, I like your idea better. I didn't want to be seen in the crowd before I went up, but I'd go up there and Marcy would come pound on my door and go, "Lauren wants you to go up, do some stand up, go." And I'm like, it's a little trickier than that.
They never gave you a warning, David. They never gave you a warning. Go now.
Go, or you're going to
play
get
a
fired.
Martian. Put the wig on and get on the fucking stage.
And and would you do it or would you push back?
Fuck, I never pushed back once.
Yeah, just jump out there.
I'm the biggest pussy in America. Yeah, I went out there and then I do it. And Lauren's like, "Can we count that as a sketch?" I'm like, "No." You were in one thing. No, it was before the show started.
Do you do a Lauren impression?
Everybody
Almost
does.
Everyone in this oral history of Saturday Night Live, even
only because
Lauren
I've
has
never
an
met
impression
anyone
of himself.
like that. You know what I'm saying? And
no one has.
And I'd seen Austin Powers a million times before I actually got the job. So then I went there and I'm like, so wait, he's not admitting that this is that? Because this is totally that.
That sounds like a new sketch. This is that. This is totally that.
This is totally that. Yeah.
Well, did you have any Laurenisms? We sometimes collect, things that he says to people. The initial one was never underestimate the value of water is a kind of a touchstone for a lot of people.
Yeah. And he also has a way of summing up large occurrences in the world. It's because Elvis was a twin, so it's that. It was like, what
that's
exactly?
A good one.
What does that mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hitler was a painter.
Yeah.
Hitler was a painter, and so it's all that.
So it's that.
World War II.
I never know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean. You're
who should take over for Lauren? Keenan, do you have any ideas? Who's good enough to handle that job?
Higgins, hands down. Higgins.
You
know what I mean?
I have him on a list here. Steve Higgins.
Yeah.
I mean, Higgins is a no-brainer. But Eric Kenward is out there, Aaron Doyle, the people that have been there for a longer period of time. I think Colin, myself, I don't know, Che, we can all handle it. If we all wanted to stick
Would you
around and keep it
entertain
going.
it if they approach you?
Oh, yeah. Why not? It'll keep me in New York. It'll keep me, in a stable environment, which is hard for an actor.
I'm just gonna write your name down for a second. I'm just keeping it.
Write it down. Put it in the universe. Thanks.
That's great. I think you. We don't have pens. I don't have it. I'm disorganized. Seth Meyers and Tina Fey
all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody that's especially been a person with a pencil in their back pocket for a week, just fishing for jokes and knows the structure of the show. So Seth, Tina, any one of them, I think, that have had a good run at it and enjoy it, they can get it.
Well, you're interesting because you're 20 years. You know every in and out. You know what's going on. If you just perked your ears up to like budgets and stuff, you could figure it out pretty quickly.
But there's also like the other element where Lorne is such a rock star and he has so many like, pick up the phone favor kind of, moments that he can make happen for the show.
With the network or the studio, just deals with them.
And keeps them away from us, keeps us protected. Like he's just an OG. So someone that can continue that kind of thing and like make it a safe space for us. And then also make a phone call and get a legend in there at the last minute if it needs to be that.
Yes. There's a lot of off-label things that he's doing that go beyond executive producer. And I think he does always develop a fondness for his cast members. You can feel it, I mean, he's talked very nicely about you, almost in a paternal way with other cast members. He becomes the de facto dad that no one ever had or something, even though I'm 3 years older than him. He's still kind of my dad. No,
that's so crazy.
But
that must be a crazy dynamic because he's the one we all kind of turn to because if he's not happy, like, the shit's not getting on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's not fucking with it, then that's the end all be all. So I've gone to him for a lot of different, nothing pertaining to the show kind of advice because he just gives that air basically with like, if you have a question or, if you have a situation, we can help you with it. Nothing's too,
go ahead,
too terrible that we can't fix it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And when I was sort of, you call it wilderness years or raising a family, whatever you want to call it. But then I ran into Lorne. He's just like, he said, everyone knows who you are. It's just Lorne in a very supportive little, like, whenever you're ready, you just can do it some more. But yeah, he's brilliant at those kind of, just been there, seen it all. And then
he was like a stepdad to me because he used to ground me and hit me.
Okay. You want to talk?
That actually was Jim Downey
about that hitting part?
No, a lot of people did.
Let's break some news. We got a trend. We got a trend, man.
Handful.
You were like the spoiled child. David's like a little boy, and you have to take care of him.
Dana, will you bounce him on your knee?
David need a spanky.
David, he needed a little spanky, and he's in a timeout. Don't talk to him.
I'm not going to use any sort of object or spatula. I'm going to go full hand.
Yeah.
But it'll be just on the bottom.
Skin on skin.
That's good for Lorne. Skin on skin.
I have a question about when you were on Nickelodeon. Is being a Nickelodeon like is it like kind of a little bit of a rock star? Because is it a different kind of fame, right? Is it hard to handle when you're younger and a lot of people know you?
No, I mean, Nickelodeon wasn't as popular as it is now, I don't think, back in those days. So we were damn near off the network before we were, super duper popular from it because it was cable and you had to have cable, you know what I'm saying, to even watch the shows type thing. So it wasn't like a bunch of kids that were able to like just request what's on their cable bill every month. So Nickelodeon was still kind of breaking out. And then while we were there, it built into this, kind of worldly thing because they started putting channels in like all these different countries and stuff like that. So that took a while for it to grow. And then by the time we were like in our mid-20s, we were like pretty famous from it. But the work was 4 or 5 or 6 years old at least.
I see.
Yeah.
Just for people who don't know who are listening, just so we can just touch on it for a second, because no one ever knows everything. You think everybody knows that you were an actor.
My name is Kenan Thompson.
And you first, your social security number is 453.
Hailing from full Atlanta, Georgia.
How old were you when you first performed on television?
On television, I did my first commercial, I guess, at 12-ish, but I never saw it. But it was pretty awesome. It was for a fried chicken restaurant. I'm very proud of that.
Do you remember your line?
Yes, I do.
It's delicious.
Damn near close. So I was fishing. I was fishing with my granddad, and I say, "Grandpa, the fish ain't biting today." And he handed me a piece of chicken, and I bite it, and I say, "I like this kind of biting."
Oh, Jesus.
Come on.
Who wrote that?
Fucking classic.
Keenan is putting his fingers to his mouth in the chef's kiss.
That is a classic.
It says on a research, Keenan, it says on a research, you were a fan of The Price is Right, which you called your first love, and it shaped your acting style. What kind of acting is going on?
I have that down too. Like, come on, what's
people
up?
are taking some serious liberties there. I just said I liked the show. I didn't say anything about it shaping my. There's no acting.
It shaped your entire life.
Your acting style, like, oh boy.
It started my obsession with the television. Is what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I used to glue that shit.
Yeah.
And I was having sons that were watching Nickelodeon in the 90s. So you were famous to them. I'd heard about you before then, SNL. Keenan and Kel, I think, was one of the shows you did.
That's right. Keenan and Kel and All That was the other one.
And All That. And so you're doing sketch comedy on Nickelodeon, like before you do sketch comedy on Saturday Night Live. So you have a unique path.
Very unique and very kismet. Because we would say, like, oh, yeah, we're the Saturday Night Live for kids or whatever. But we never thought any of us would actually make it to an audition. Like that shit was like in New York. We were in Florida and never thought about like how we would ever let's go pack it all up and move to New York in hopes for a chance at the shot at the audition for Saturday Night Live. It was like, no, if it
not even a chance
ever were to come up, you know what I mean? That would be a miracle. So
yeah, it's almost too big. It's too far away. It's too big of a deal.
It's too too famous, too infamous, like it's just one of those things that's existing in the background of your life that you never think you'll be a part of. Like it was hard for me to associate myself with it being the same show for years. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't, is this like another world or like another dimension or something? Like, is this bizarro Saturday Night Live?
Do you remember the first time you walked into 8H on like a Thursday? It's empty. Yeah. What was your audition like?
Horrible. I had to do stand up for the first time because it was like cattle call all the black guys, and a lot of black comics are mostly stand ups because Tracy and Jerry had left, and so it was like time for some newbies, and the pool of black comedians are mostly stand ups pretty much, like, and at the time. And so I had to do stand up. I didn't know that I could like opt out of that or whatever. Like being like, no, I'm an improver or whatever. I was just like an actor. So I was like, all right, I'll do what everybody else is doing. And it was my first time doing stand up, so it was awful.
Jeez.
I had to come up with 5 minutes and know how to like talk to the crowd at all. I just like started with a fucking ringing telephone and went into impressions and shit. So it didn't go over well at all. But it was fine because I got the call back, and that was on the stage, which was much more comfortable because it was just, to the camera basically. So it reminded me of like playing in my room to myself kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that was much more comfortable for me and, what I was used to being on Nickelodeon and stuff. But yeah, that call back was when I first walked into 8H, and I remember like walking underneath the bleachers and just seeing all the wiring and the structure of it all and like the bare bones of the studio, basically,
Scary.
Very scary because it's like, oh, it's way smaller than I imagined.
Smaller is what I thought too. Yeah.
It's way smaller. And like, how did they do all this shit in here? Because there was nothing, there was no sets. There was no, like I don't think the music stage was even, set for that season yet or something. So it was just like a blank studio. So I was like, oh.
And it's not sparkly, it's not like a modern.
It was nitty gritty. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
So, well, I know about your resume, and now you're branching out. I was just fascinated by your company, Artists for Artists.
Yeah, Smart. Shout out. Yeah, shout out to my partner Johnny Ryan.
When did that start? Your own? It's a management company, production company, or kind of a combo.
It's a mothership of a lot of different things, but yeah, it's a production company. But also like we want to be able to like be the bank eventually. You know what I'm saying, and fund a lot of different projects or whatever. But yeah, my partner's been producing for 20, 30 years, and I've been doing what I've been doing for 20, 30 years. So we met each other 20-ish years ago and then reconnected like 4-ish kind of years ago. Like, all right, so where are we both at with this whole, career as far as like working with others is concerned and what we really want out of life? And, he became like a free agent right around when I became like a free agent-ish, because I'd had another production company, but, it was kind of living in its own kind of, I don't know, altitude. Like it was kind of peaking basically without breaking through the ceiling kind of thing. So it's like, maybe start something fresh, and, since I'm starting it with somebody who has such a great background in it, kind of let him run with it. If it's just going to be me and him running a company together, like that's a, very like exciting thing because I know the communication will be there. You know what I'm saying? Because we're friends and we hang out all the time. You know what I mean? And to like build something where you need to be checking in with somebody on a daily basis, why not do it with like a friend, but also a friend that knows what the fuck they're doing kind of thing. So it's a layered kind of a company, you know what I mean? And it's just a really cool kind of venture. So I'm excited to see what it does.
I saw, not to interrupt, but Mike Tyson, you're doing something with him. And what are you doing with Mike Tyson?
He's one of our early investors. He's like one of our partners, I think, but also like whatever he wants to do, he's a, kind of like friend of the family, basically at this point. And, my partner was producing his podcast and a couple other things with him. He produced his fight, the last fight with Roy Jones, you know what I mean? So he did that in the middle of COVID, like kind of by himself, with a small team. And, so he's a prolific producer. Like he knows so many different people. He's been doing it for so long and still under the radar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, this is time to like both of us kind of, jump into the next, I don't know, milestone search of our lives or, career
smart
goals.
To think that way.
I think it's great. You're still really young and you can build that as big as you want to build it. It's just one step at a time.
Yeah. So if you guys got projects, you know what I'm saying? Or like, holla at your boy.
I have a few, yeah, for sure. Oh, good. You can make deals with Keenan. He likes to make deals.
Yeah. Yes. Make the deal with Keenan. He'll handle it. Thanks, Lauren. I appreciate it.
I gotta say, Dana, that Keenan comes off as pretty together guy and in a business of being famous for so long. But maybe do you think it helped that your fame, like you were saying about Nickelodeon, was a little more gradual and not overnight, so you could sort of absorb it yearly and take it in? Mine was a little like that, where it just took so long that by the time I got sort of well known, I was like,
yeah.
It wasn't overnight. Like Jim Carrey, that stuff would throw me off.
It would, because there's too many things happening at once. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden you have, all the attention in the world that maybe you didn't have. You're getting like attention from certain, people or, sexes. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Okay.
Yeah. Like the ladies are starting to look at you a certain way. Whatever. Your finances are all like skyrocketing and shit. You know what I mean? So
your friends are different. Like when it's so quick, everyone gets weird.
You just have carte blanche kind of to everything your heart could ever desire. And, there ain't a lot of people that have handled that well. You know what I mean? No matter who they are. They go through their ups and downs and they bump their heads and blah, blah, blah.
And you can't imagine it doesn't stay up here. I use the example. You can't see
the bottom. Yeah.
Of like Friends, the TV show. Like I know some of them and they're pretty cool people, because if the first thing you do is that sky high, I don't think it's in your head to realize it can go down, or anything you do after that will be just as big. It's just impossible. Yeah. So everything feels like a little bit of a nick, like it just can't be all great. Maybe that's a bad example, but you know what I mean? So if you're out there, you do something, then you do something that doesn't really work. Then you get a little better, then you do something. Then you start to realize, oh, I'm really lucky where I am, or I'm really lucky that something worked. Appreciate it more and try to keep your head screwed on straight, which is almost impossible.
It really is. And the younger, the worse, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, if you, like, not to harp on Pete, but like Pete is a perfect example. He's a great kid, you know what I mean? But he had it all dumped on him at 19. And he just fucked around and happened to be good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really adds, fuel to the fire. When you have all these things that, people want to clamor onto, and you have the talent to back it up as well. It's just like, all right, fucking, the world is your smorgasbord. Like, have whatever you want, this kind of thing, or whatever. And we've literally had to watch him grow up through that and, come out on the other side, thankfully still intact, with his family being close to him and stuff like that. And, good friends, but it looked like a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean? Because it looked like such a whirlwind of everything happening all at once. And you think it's all good, and then certain bad things happen, but, you just keep going because, the industry keeps pushing you along through whatever. But unfortunately, these are the times where everybody knows everything about everybody. So we've like had to, watch directly or indirectly, our little brother like fall down and scrape his knees and get back up, and heal himself and, keep trying to keep a head on
a lot of
straight,
eyes.
basically. Yeah.
In a world where there's just a lot of eyes on everything.
And also stay inspired, you know what I mean? With so much shit talking out there, you know what I mean? And like to still want to create things that people might talk shit about is, very brave, so I give him his credit.
We just saw him this weekend. He did a good job, Dana. We just did this Mark Twain thing, and he came in and he had some good jokes there. So that, it's tough. I mean, I would rather, if I was in his position, wish eyes were off me, let things settle for a second, just because it's too much for too long where you go, you can't make a move. Everyone's got an opinion. It's just a tough situation.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good in it, but it just can be tough.
Well, yeah, we had a bulletin board. This is old-timey stuff, with like 5 or 6 handwritten or hand-typed letters. And that was our only interaction. There was no, anything.
Yeah.
And some of them said we suck. But I do think for a lot of the people that I know who are very talented, there's the fame, the money, the power, the glory, whatever, the private jet, all of it. And then there's kind of like landing a joke, having something you do and having your peers go, that was cool.
Yeah.
That lasts a long time, that vibe, because all 1,000%. The rest is just distracting,
And it doesn't get easier. Like you said, David, you just are coming from the Mark Twain thing, having to come up with new bits, you know what I'm saying? And like if everyone's going to come as comedians descend on a new moment, you still got to deliver. You know what I mean? Like there is no
audition.
Yeah, there is no like, oh, remember what I did in my last kind of thing? Use that. You know what I mean? It's like, no.
You want to go, because it was a hard one. I mean, it was a big reunion, but it was fun. And your performing makes it more nervous because forget Ted Sarandos and Scott Stuber from Netflix are in the crowd. Also, they're all buddies, but it's still work and it's still who did good, you're going on after Conan and after...
and we're an hour in. I think David and I, there's like 10 comedians before us, and you got your notes. You go, oh, they're going to do the Sandler Trouble True thing. Okay, so that's done.
Right.
Chris Rock was sitting next to me. He goes, I got 2 minutes at this point.
It's just getting whittled down.
Watching comics. But you're right. You always have to prove yourself. There's a never-ending thing in show business because you feel like if you ever rest on your laurels and just, I showed up, I hate the idea of that.
It's funny, Keenan, when I left the show, there was an opportunity to maybe be on a show or do a show. But when my last sitcom stopped, I said, I think I want to take a year off. And they were like, don't. I don't care what you've done, what you think, they will forget. And just, you've got to jump on another one. Right? I'm like, God damn. It's like a cattle prod on your back going, go. I go, so I'm going to go and my last show will air on a sitcom. I'm playing a new character in the fall on a new one. They're like, yes.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
It's like that Seinfeld joke. Like, people would ask him, like, do you ever get tired of like, telling the same jokes over and over again? Like another comedian would ask him that. And he was like, how many people do you think have seen your act? Like, you're not that famous. You know what I mean? You have to like keep fucking performing.
Just keep
and
winning
doing
over
the things
people
that are silent. Yeah, the things that are solid. Yeah, exactly.
There's always the first time someone saw you. Like Mark Twain, Dana, there's definitely people, the first time they've seen me or you is on that. They're like, oh, they just don't watch a lot of shit, but that thing they like, and they go, oh, these guys, that guy I've heard about, is he any good? I'll decide right now.
Finally stepped a toe in their world.
Yeah. I was terrified on that because I haven't done a lot of stand-up recently. And then I changed the whole thing the morning of the show, and I sent the notes in to the producer, and he didn't get it. And then the rehearsal, because I was playing the guitar, everything was so hectic and weird. I had nothing on the teleprompter, and so I was just doing jokes to my driver, Gata, from Senegal, who was awesome. They paid to have a guy drive me around. I was trying everything out on him. He's like, you're my favorite passenger. I go, thank you. But I was,
He told
First
me you
time-
bombed. in
First
the
time
car.
doing jokes.
No, Dana killed. And the funny thing is you do these things and then they still have to cut it. And so you're still hurt by going, who the fuck cut that joke? Like,
Yeah.
oh, so that one sucked? Is that the one everyone hated? And they're
You
like,
mean the
no.
loudest laugh is being cut? Just,
Yeah,
want to check in on that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about live television going full SNL. It's like whatever you say out there, you say, and it is beaming out to the world. No,
I like
edit,
that.
Raw.
no.
Raw.
And then you walk away. You shed it like a skin, and you go to a party. You start the party at 3:30 in the morning.
And I think that's where 20 years goes like that. You know what I mean? Like if I was locked in the same character, I think it'd be a much more
It's tough.
slower, mundane. But,
Right.
we go from idea and let it go, like you said.
It's hard, but it's a gift. If you're on, you see people. I remember when Julianne Margulies, she quit ER at the top of the game. We're all like, what? Or the girl before her quit, and then when you realize an hour drama is a never-ending movie with the hours of getting up at 5 and just cramming lines. I mean, ER lines, forget it.
Are
And
you
then
kidding?
they just for
Doctor
psychological reasons, they have to stop.
Doctor talk,
talk.
the worst.
Doctor gibberish for hours.
Doctor fucking
6
blibbity
a.m.
blob.
Yeah, word.
Give me a
They're
10
putting-
cc of an L95.
Ringer's lactate. They put their mini sides in someone's guts,
I
and then
need
they
some.
just look
I
down
need
and
some
read them.
dexatrine. Damn it!
All right,
Dexatrim.
cut back to the top. Fuck
You're
no,
like,
I can't
like
do
they
it
get
anymore.
that shot. I know when they go going again. You're like, fuck! I finally got it right once. Move
It's
on.
Dexatrol, you fool, not dexatrine. Reset.
Okay, Dexatrol. One more
Yeah.
time, guys. My bad. Seriously.
No, you're
My
like, no
bad.
one even knows what we're saying. Just keep moving on.
It doesn't sound like a language. I'm Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden for no reason.
All right, what else you got
Did
for
I
Keenan,
tell you,
Dana? We gotta let
for
this guy
Keenan, I
go.
have my
No.
idea of Jerry
Stay.
Seinfeld, who's a genius. I think he should do a vinyl album and go back, and it should be a picture of Jerry, and all it'll say on the album is paper clips. Why?
Dot.
Only
Why?
Jerry could do an hour on that.
The
And
absurdities.
have it be great. So 139 impressions. Why
Is that
so
real?
few? I don't know. That's what
That's
it
more
says here
bullshit
on
we
the
read.
piece of paper.
You know what I mean?
So it must be true. You were there with Daryl Hammond. Did he coach you at all on impressions?
Oh yeah. He
'Cause
coached. He coached by doing. I used to watch Daryl like a hawk, only because he doesn't say much. You know what I mean? And he just kind of shows up, does his thing, goes in his room, comes out, destroys,
Yeah.
and then kind of just disappears back into his trench coat. And I used to watch that, and I'd be like, this is a machine right here. And then I heard him tell the story of like somebody asked him like, well, how do you nail down your impressions like so solidly? And he's like, some are easier than others, but he went and sat with Bill Clinton one time to like really just capture him, in person or whatever. And he was like, within 2 minutes, he was like, I know exactly who this guy was. And I'm like, now that's a real dedication.
That's
he
not
actually
always
went
possible, though, I don't think.
Well, it's
at
kind
all.
of
Yeah, at all.
Hillary, Daryl Hammond's coming by, wants you to sit with us for a while. You think that's okay, baby?
Dana knows
Right.
that I have 1.39 impressions.
Killed it.
Wait a minute. Tom Petty was your mic drop.
I have Michael J.
Tom
Fox
Petty.
and then half a Tom Petty, and then that's it.
Okay, we've done it before, but give us 10 seconds of Michael J. Fox and Casualties of War.
A movie no one ever saw. Okay. Hey, Sarge. Hey, what are we doing here exactly?
My God.
You got to give me a minute on this here, Sarge. Oh, Christ, Mallory.
We love you, Michael.
Yeah, that was good.
Damn, that was
if he's
fucking
listening.
really good.
Yeah.
See? Keenan,
That
I'm
was
back.
really good, man. That was fucking
shit.
bullseye.
This is one of our touchstones. We've probably done that at least 20 times. It always makes me laugh.
Can I ask, who is this guy? The world.
Oh, that's
That was
Mickey Rooney.
I did a
Is that Mickey
situation
Rooney?
comedy with Mickey Rooney, and that when we did that,
The world.
when we did that sketch, I was just doing Mickey Rooney for Bonnie and Terry Turner. I was not. There was no writing, and he was the biggest star in the world in
Right.
1937. This is 40 years later, and every day he wanted to remind us. You'd be coming down the hallway, and you would hear it. I was the #1 star in the world. You hear me? Bang.
Bang.
the world. It was a beautiful poem.
I like his scratchy voice because he's getting older. The number one stuff. Telling someone at catering.
He was a broke alcoholic for decades, so he would pull out $5,000 because he was doing a Broadway show while he was doing this. He goes, "Think I can afford lunch?"
That's what I say.
Look at this.
Oh man,
He was the original Floyd Mayweather. He'd carry $5,000 around in him.
bang! Hear me?
All right. Well,
Keenan,
we've wasted his time enough.
So good.
Keenan, you're very beloved, and I saved this for the end because I think it was me, but sometimes history is funny that way. I think I was the one who named Phil the glue. That's my remembrance, and then I forgot to tell Will Ferrell that I nicknamed him the Straw after Daryl Strawberry. And then when I was thinking about this interview with you and watching you all these years, this is my nickname for you. The mailman always delivers.
Oh man, that's so gangster. Thank you, man.
That's a good one.
David, did you have one? Yeah.
No, we came up with it.
I really mean it.
I'll jump in on that one.
I just meditate on these guests, you being one of them. It's like, he's the mailman.
Thank you, man. Shout out to Carl Malone. I appreciate that.
I know. That's where I was processing. But he also always delivered with John
also,
Stockton.
I'm bad with, accolades, especially coming from, people that I admire. So I only send that energy right back to you guys. Like, it's so great to see you guys, having these conversations together, and like to be a fly on the wall, listening to your fly on the wall. It's so great. So I'm just happy that you guys get along and, set the example for everybody else that it's possible. You know what I mean? Like, we don't all have to be fucking weirdos.
We're very good friends and knowing each other before SNL. He's probably right out of high school. But I can say that when you see any of your peers, and just going back to Scared Straight, you see someone in the pocket, landing, in control, knowing, it's hard. It's live TV, and what happened in the moment before, and don't try too hard. And to see someone in the pocket, once you see it once, you're like a fan. You're like, okay, that's all I got to see. And then you see everything else. It's damn. But you were in the pocket on that thing, and it pops off the screen. So anyway.
Thank you. I mean, we all try to live up. We all try to live up to our siblings, like I come from, by the time I got there, the show was 30 years old, so we were all, anybody that I've ever, or has come behind me, we were all fans of the show first. You guys were all, performers in your own right, coming to build something, but, we get to walk into an already shiny lobby, you know what I'm saying? And like, continue it from there. So no one really had the attitude of I'm bigger than the moment, or, I'm writing the most ingenious shit. So we never played around with not wanting to deliver. You know what I'm saying? It was like, how dare you not in the temple of comedy gods fucking try to hit it out of the park with whatever you're doing if you get the chance. So, and
also, it's harder for you because we've done everybody in SNL before. He's done X amount of sketches. You just have to do new ones, and it's just so hard to think of a new mousetrap.
It really is. Bits, man. Fishing for bits.
Bits.
I like the way you talk, Keenan. A shiny lobby. I know there may be a character in that.
Yeah.
Just the way you express yourself, but like take it someplace exactly.
That's a good one.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Poetry, basically. I have a lot of Irish relatives, and they talk in poetry.
Oh, I like that.
It's not half bad. Oh, it's a genuine article.
Yeah.
Or just that,
just kind of like
brilliant.
Staring out into the
abyss.
Rain. Yeah, just thinking way out. How far can you go? Or just highly imaginative. But I mean, that's what writing will teach you, to make your references very clear so you can give the image to others, kind of thing. Like, I
clarity
like
is king.
Yeah. Well,
and
I love
originality.
I love you both. I won't hold you.
Miss you already.
Thank you
we
so
won't
much.
hold you, but we'll see you. I like this figure speech. Someone said to me, see you around campus.
Yeah.
We'll see you at the 50th or not sooner. And we wish you all the best. Artists for artists. Let's do it.
Oh, man, you guys are the best. Thank you, man.
All right.
See you,
appreciate
buddy.
it.
Absolutely. See you later.